Yeah, we're in for a world of hurt. Not only do I think political violence is awful and solves nothing, it actually has the exact opposite effect. Why am I talking over this music like it's quiet? I'm talking over this shit like it's if someone wants me to talk about it, a politician almost being assassinated shirtless, but that's okay. Let's go. Yeah, Trump is alive. But now this is going to fortify his base even more. Deep state, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure knowing Trump, I'm sure he'll blame Joe Biden, who doesn't even know if he doesn't even know if he's an iguana or a human being, but okay. We're half an inch from civil war. That's actually being generous. Take off the shirt, you beast of a man. But here's the thing. You could say I'm left wing. I don't condone what happened to him. I don't want to see the guy shot. I don't. I think both candidates are fucking awful. That's not going to solve anything, though. Imagine he got killed. Hopefully he's not pulling a Putin, though. Maybe it was something... This is what I thought of, too. Maybe it was something that was staged for theatrics. Did anybody get killed? Hopefully not. Great theater. Yeah, well, that seems like a Trump thing to do. 2 people died? Ah, okay. I don't think it was that then. All right. I hope not. Ivan, welcome. Ivy on. Teleprompter glass hit his ear. War shouldn't be the answer, and I don't agree with political violence. I don't agree with what happened to him. And all it's going to do is cause more tensions, the gaming politician. That's all it's going to do. Pie is good, thank you as well. Ivion, I said your name wrong. No, I kind of, you know what, Kyle Denson, I'm actually going to partially defend him with that. It's a good thing to do that. You know. If you remember, Reagan actually, after he got shot, he made a joke because there was a convention he was at and there was a pop. Just run for president. Yeah, no, thank you. And he made like a joke about it. So I don't really think... I mean, granted, it was 2 separate appearances, one where he got almost assassinated Reagan, and the second one where he made the joke. But you get my point, though. Yeah, it seems like YouTube's actually sending out notifications, or there's just a shit ton between Boogie, between Dr. Disrespect. What else do I have? I have some 80s dating tapes. Those are going to be fucking bangers. Biden needs to fucking step down, dude. He just does. It's funny, I was saying in my Discord, I was almost tempted to not stream again today because I was like, I do want to talk about Trump, but I don't. Does that make sense? Because it's a lose-lose. I'm not going to hold back how I really feel about it. I'm sure there's some people that wanted to fucking cheer that he almost got shot. No. Why? What is that going to... It's going to solve... Even if, God forbid, he got killed. What is it going to solve? It's just going to make the tensions 100 times worse. That's 1,000 times worse. What the fuck am I even saying? You know what I mean? It's not the answer, man. I know we're talking about it now. It's not the fucking answer. Neil, hope all is well. And fucking Richard Simmons died. That fucking... Rest in peace, Richard Simmons, man. If you remember, We got to watch. Maybe we'll watch the. I didn't want to watch it again, but we'll watch the cucumber episode I did in his honor. I kind of knew something from the get-go with him was up. Where's myself? Oh fuck! Why is that? I'll have to check that later. Yeah, one of my surge protectors, one of the red lights are on, but I kind of had a feeling for a while, for years. That's because he really. When was the last time he's been in the spotlight? It had to be. I don't even think in the 2010s. So something was up, and he's a guy who really enjoyed the spotlight too. You know what I mean? So you combine those two together, you knew there was some kind of issue. And apparently, yeah, there was something seriously wrong. Biden is speaking about what? She confirmed the shooter was a time traveler from the future trying to spot the robot uprising. Oh, God, and you have a deep fake picture of me that looks like fucking... Oh, and Rich of Tomorrow, Christ. I had a feeling something was up with him. Oh, that's funny. That was the year I came out with the video on the special edition Xbox One, the Call of Duty one, where I had the cucumber in there. It's where the whole cucumber thing started from. Yeah, Rich, that was sad, man. No, America's not okay. That's just crazy. It's crazy. I just can't believe he was shot. All we fucking need, right? Wait a couple more minutes. You need my opinion. My opinion on it is very black and white. I kind of gave I would say like a hot take conspiracy theory before. Do I really think it holds any weight? No, but I just try to look at everything from the whole scope, even with the Boogie situation, which is nowhere near as serious, at least outside of the bullshit that he did. Yeah, it's not okay. I don't like Trump. I don't want to see him shot dead. I don't like Biden. Oh, God, dude. Especially now that he seems like I don't know if martyr is the right word. Yeah, Sony Soprano and Sir Reginald said the same thing at the same time. It's what I said. Yeah, what is him now? Yeah, that was weird with Trump, with Elon. What does him getting shot have to do with you supporting him? It's like, but that's the thing. It's now it's going to play into the theatrics. Do I think the theatrics, like I said, I brought up all scenarios before, and I'll get to the StreamLabs in a second. Do I think the theatrics were implemented to make this happen? No. But do I think it's going to be played up by people to ensure that he is the next president of the United States? Again, yes. Do I think the Democratic Party is too much of a bunch of pussies and incompetent to do anything about it? Abso-fucking-lutely. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is nothing more than a cute Hispanic Barbie who has done nothing that represents progressive values. She talks a lot, and that's all she fucking does. Well, with Alex Jones, I always say, like, where are you? You're endorsing Biden. He's go look at even when he was having a debate with when it was Mitt Romney. I forgot who his vice president was. That guy who was really muscular with a huge nose. He wasn't even the same fucking person, dude. He wasn't even the same person. He actually was charismatic. His face, like when he turns, as someone who had family members who had Parkinson's, when he turns, he turns like this. Biden, I should say. That's one of the signs of Parkinson's. Don't believe me, they had a doctor who was a neurosurgeon on, talking on whatever channel. And it was so funny how the host was trying to white knight for Biden. And the doctor was like pissed. He's like, no, look, I get it. I haven't examined him. But as a person who specializes in this field, you know, yes, I mean, I could see, he said something like, I could see from a mile a fucking way. But he has Parkinson's. And you, Alexandria the Cuck Cortez, you aren't going to speak up that the fucking half-dead walking mannequin shouldn't step down, and you're endorsing him? You're no different than the rest of the corporate assholes then. Go away. Go do an OnlyFans and shut the fuck up. How cooked are we? We were fucking beyond cooked. Not to lose my fuck. They're useless. What has she done? What the fuck has she done? Except do a great job standing in line. Fetterman, too. I'm different. I'm this. Because I know because he has health issues with the suit. But if you really think about it, okay, but you're still a politician and you're going to work every day. And then the thing is, he just ends up being another corporatist. So if you just put the suit on, why are you getting special privileges then? Fucking, yeah, Festerman. We need DSP as president. I hate to say it. In some ways, he probably would be better. Just don't have him fix the joystick. Recent events. All right, let me see here. Here's the problem. Many states will use that reason to keep the Dem nominee off the ballot. It almost happened in Ohio. Then something needs, I don't know what the fuck needs to be done. And I mean, we all knew he was this bad. If you thought that Biden was in better shape than this, you haven't been paying attention. But a lot of people don't pay attention. A lot of people don't. And all of a sudden they see him and it's like, holy shit. So they hid this to try to make sure, to guarantee he was going to be on the ballot again as the incumbent. They hid this. Anyone who even remotely, like I said, follows politics knew, but most people don't. He's just as much of a fucking piece of shit as Trump. Him and his stupid fucking wife, too. Him and his stupid fucking power-hungry wife. Yes, dude, she's fucking useless. I'm sorry. She's fucking useless. And that just bothered me. Like, it's so obvious the guy is in severe. He just called Kamala Harris Vice President Trump. He called Vladimir Zelensky Vladimir Putin. Like, he needs to fucking go. Unless this is all set up. I just don't understand. This is like an embarrassment. It's a joke. Like, what the fuck is even going on? Both of them are fucking buffoons. Then they said they want to have like some kind of brain oh, don't worry. If Joe Biden's brain turns to mush even more, we have other people that you didn't vote for running the country. You're safe. What the fuck is that? That's what I said before, DBZ King. That's what I said before. There's that too. It's extreme. I hope not. I don't think so. However, would it shock me? Nothing would shock me anymore. Not. Does he really? Dude, okay. I'm waiting to get to 500. We're almost there. Am I fired up? I don't think I'm fired up. I mean, I just, this is me normal. When I'm fired up, shit starts shaking on the desk. Secret Service neutralized the shooter. I think you mean to say it was a real gun, they are saying. I would assume so. And I'll get to, who did I miss? Biffy with the super chat. Yeah, I just woke. Thoughts on Phil telling June to make a doc on you? I don't care. Make a documentary on me. Who gives a shit? Be something to watch. That's like that stuff doesn't bother me. I don't give a shit about that. Good evening. Did you hear one person killed? Yeah, but it's the shit that happened throughout the 90s and throughout time that led us here, though. People have to realize that this didn't happen. Trump isn't the cause. He's the symptom of a much bigger problem. Actually, our entire government is that problem. Yeah, it's ridiculous what happened. It shouldn't have happened. And that's all I have to say. Like, I don't even really want to go into it. I just don't. It's not. It was a terrible thing that happened. It's not how you get rid of a political opponent. Yeah, I could see 50 or 60 years away. I think we'll metaphorically dodge the bullet of a civil war right now, but do I think it's on the table within like the next 50 or 60 years? Like you said, yes. And I think the bloodshed from that is what will cause there to be a lot of regulation done when it comes to like social media and things like that. And of course, there's going to be corruption. There's corruption that's going to cause it to go too far. No fucking shit. But I could see that happening. Oh, this is going to make him. There's nothing now. Unless there is a formidable Democratic candidate that takes over for Biden, which clock's ticking if that's on the table still. There's no way. What a joke. Trump is a massive piece of shit, and I do think him getting capped would have been a net positive, but this is insane, even as much as I despise Trump. Yeah, and all it's gonna do is make him seem like a martyr. It's not how you get rid of a political opponent, but I mean, on the flip side, is this the first time that a politician in the States has been assassinated or an attempted assassination? Obviously not. So there's that. Yeah, but then they're gonna say that's how Biden got another 4 years if they delay an election. I don't even know if is there anything that can be done that can delay an election in the Constitution? I'm not sure. I'm not a political scholar. I'm not voting this election. I'm not wasting my fucking time. That's it. My vote, what? For these embarrassments of candidates that you force down my fucking throat? Fuck you. Seriously, fuck you. I'm not going to vote to go. I'm not going to waste my time to stand online to go vote for a write-in that doesn't have a chance in hell. No, thank you. Let it burn. It's nothing that I'm going to do to stop it anyway. You know what I mean? Committees in both the U.S. and House Senate have killed many good bills written by people like Byrd for AOC or Fetterman or Zed or House, and Schumer left many bills that passed in the House never get a vote. Yeah. But sorry, dude. She stood in line to... And Bernie has also kissed a lot of his constituents' asses, too, instead of fighting back. His, if DSP's first order should be the May 1st burst be a national holiday. No, he would outlaw anyone talking about it. And make it so we get at least one day off of work and school. No, he would outlaw anyone talking about it. It's Vegas. He hates it. No, you would never get Phil. You would never get Phil to celebrate that. The 1 year I did celebrate it, he got pissed, remember? Zegas, thank you for becoming a member. Oh, my S. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, I want to go in. I still have a lot to say about this Boogie shit. This is from Saturated Content. We haven't watched this yet. Let me make sure my screen is switched here. It is.
You know what gets me though is like he's gotten in fights with me before the show and then used the cancer and like I don't have to deal with this. You know what I'm putting up with every day. Yeah, he's done that to me before.
This is such a confusing situation. Here is the first thing that we will talk about. Boogie, in and of himself, said that he was going to die from 1,000 other things before the cancer got him anyway. Everyone seems to forget that banger of a first point. You know what I mean? Like, Boogie himself said the cancer wasn't a big deal. Will he be getting the Capcom versus Marvel collection? Maybe. I'm not sure. No, but it'll fortify his base even more, DBZ King. I don't know, Juice. I don't know, Space Dandy. Is it on PC? If it's on PC, maybe. If it's on PC, maybe. So, here is what I know about the whole Boogie situation, okay? I know it. I'm pretty familiar with it. I remember it was a couple years. I think it was 2022. Doesn't matter, 2021, 2022. He put up a video that he had cancer. I kind of agree with Keemstar's take on this, where it was Boogie probably, the doctor was like, this could be cancer. Boogie ran home. Well, yeah, you know what I mean. And because he's Boogie and he's more impulsive than me, I'll get to the StreamLabs in a second. He was like, yep, it's cancer. But the thing, like I said, is, and everyone seems to be forgetting this, all of these documentaries or video essays or fucking whatever seem to be forgetting this, is that Boogie himself said the cancer is not a big deal. The very first thing he said is that it's a slow-moving cancer and the rest of my health issues are probably going to get me first. So, why all of a sudden You know, and what confuses me too is, and what makes the conspiracy theory part of my brain start cooking, wasn't it the day before Keemstar was saying that these guys are boring and this and that? And that could just be that he was just venting and Keemstar being a dick, which isn't shocking. But then the next day you have this explosion of drama happen with Boogie. Now, a lot of people are saying that they think that that was why this happened, and that's why this event occurred, to get people interested in the show. And it did get people talking about it. I just can't even picture Keemstar, though, saying, hey, Boogie, get involved in a pump and dump crypto scheme, which is like one of the worst things that you can do. It'll bolster the show. But at the end of the day, no matter even if that was the case, I kind of doubt it was, but I'm not completely taking it off the table. I give it like a 3% chance that this was all contrived. Either way, Boogie's fucked. And no matter what the scenario was behind the scenes, it still makes him look terrible. So whether it was like, hey, let's drum up this drama for the show, or he's just an asshole who doesn't think like, hey, a pump and up scheme will make me look great, he's still cooked. I guess that's the new saying now, cooked. I'm going to keep up with the kids because, hello, fellow kids, I'm trying to be cool. No, I don't give a fuck. Maybe, dude, I don't know. I maybe it is. I mean, because like the thing is, the whole thing for him to bring up the cancer again, I know he's brought it up on and off too, is kind of like a sympathy card besides this. I'm pretty sure I remember him doing that. Like I said, he said himself, it's not a big deal. Now all of a sudden it's a big deal and you need money for it? I don't know. I'm so confused by this whole thing. It could be set up. It could be Boogie just being a complete idiot. It could be, I don't know. Any scenario is believable. Any scenario is believable, and I don't know what the fuck to say. Dude, I'm just ignoring the noise. I'm not on Twitter. I'm just doing my thing. New StreamLabs you sent about voting. It's refreshing now, John. Sorry. You know something funny about Mike Lawler? He was my history teacher my senior year of high school. So that's what it is, man. Let people make fucking videos. I don't care. I'm not gonna feed into it. I'm not gonna, like, I went and did a shit show that one time and then I just stayed off of there. I actually just tonight put up that I was streaming. That was it. And that's all I do. I just put a link up. I'll check DMs like if I'm here. And that is it.
Yeah.
Well, I watch a dude. Started watching his videos, saturated content, and he does like a lot of Boogie analysis.
Jimbo, me boy, thank you very much for becoming a fan of the content. That's excellent. We can all revel in the fact that we absolutely despise Boogie, and he's never gonna get away with his heinous actions that he tries to.
I think saturated content says the same thing we just talked about. Like, you just, you know, just like we were thinking with Trump. Like, could this be staged?
Pull on the internet. Now, we're at crisis mode because Boogster has deactivated his Twitter. He has threatened to delete his YouTube channel.
Yeah, I saw that. We're actually going to watch Archfiend. I usually agree with a lot of his takes. I mean, yeah, Boogie's a piece of shit. No matter what angle this came from, whether he was like worked with Keemstar to like drum up drama. Doesn't matter. People's real money was taken, you know. But to say that he's worse than a hopefully attempted child molester, and hopefully it stayed attempted, that's pushing it.
Allegedly is going to disappear from the internet. And you might be wondering, Saturated, what could this be over? Did he...
I mean, think about it. How many reality TV shows? And essentially, that's what the Lolcow podcast is a reality TV show. Keemstar may be like, let's do this contrived pump and dump crypto. Have everyone talk about it. Have all the outrage conjure up. People are going to tune in to hate watch you. Maybe Keemstar threw him some extra money behind the scenes. Again, this is speculation, but I've been doing this a long time and nothing surprises me.
Drink too many Mountain Dews? Is his brain just not functioning correctly? And the actual truth is, he may or may not be lying about having cancer. Now, there's a shitload.
Yes, Boogie is worse than DSP. I don't really think. I think even the most stout DSP hater would agree on that one.
Amount of clips that I'm going to go through, examining all different sorts of things related to the stream. There were a lot of people that came on. There were a lot of people that discussed it. Now, before I get started, I do want to feed my inner cynic a little bit.
Here we go. He's going to say the same exact thing that I was thinking.
All right. And I'm a bit cynical and a bit skeptical about the timing of this per se, because 2 days ago, Keemstar put a live stream saying that he was quitting. And the very next day, potentially the biggest YouTube story ever in terms of drama comes out immediately after he says the show's not performing well, they're not providing enough interest, and then this Boogie story crashes.
Well, it couldn't have been that quick.
Crashes out of nowhere. I don't know. I'm being a bit skeptical and I'm being a bit cynical when it comes to this, but we're still gonna give the credence. All right, we're still gonna go through all the clips. Might be a long one. Sit and get comfortable because this is a fucking crazy train ride.
You said that you weren't gonna get paid this month, okay?
Because I didn't know if I was.
Because you had to pay for the trip.
Because I didn't know if I was.
And then you just told me your expenses
What kind of vape is Tommy on down there?
for the trip were $500.
Except for the Airbnb part, right?
Okay.
Looks like he's sucking on a rainbow dildo.
The Airbnb is $1,200. So wait, the whole show is making $2,000 for the month?
I don't fucking know, dude. I was in the middle of a panic attack after 3 days of not fucking
You did
sleeping.
say it.
He asked me if I was getting paid. I didn't know if I was getting fucking paid.
Finally, we're getting the
I didn't
truth
know
out of
when
Boogie.
and how much it was.
Finally, we're actually getting the truth because you just tried to lie to me and this entire fucking audience.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you that in that moment, I did not know when I was getting paid or how much. And that I needed to cover my
I'm sure Boogie was really nice to you. Look, man, I'm sure there's a lot of fucking YouTubers that are very different outside of their respective platforms. If this was staged, I just hope the quick buck was worth it, because when this show is done, which it will be done. Please don't tell me I put the shirt on backwards. No, I did. Like, that's it. Like, you're not even gonna get he's gonna get tipster numbers, you know? Yes, I heard what happened with Trump. I think it's shit.
fucking mortgage. And I was holding onto the money that I still had to make sure I did before I paid off the other $2,000 that I fucking had sitting in.
So this entire live stream starts with Keemstar basically berating everybody, saying, you're not doing your job right, I'm mad at you, blah, blah, blah. Same old fucking gnome shit. But the whole Boogie saga kinda you know, preludes as
Same old fucking gnome
to
shit.
what we're about to get into, because throughout this entire thing, you can kind of tell before the bombshell
Okay, John.
drops that
Get to it
Boogie
in
is
a second.
kind of in a bad mood, to put it bluntly. He's very coarse, and obviously, you know, he sort of acts this way. He gets kind of childish whenever he starts getting called out for things.
Yeah, what is up with Tipster? Did he delete like everything?
That he might believe aren't true, that other people are lying about. But you can tell that there might be something a little bit further beneath the surface that we just need to get somebody else on here to really pry into and get the actual truth out.
And the thing is, if this was a whole stage shit, we're never going to know because no one will ever want to admit it. Are you crazy? No one there. Oh, God, dude. This fucking photo. It's over, bro. It's over. Here. Look at this. It's a wrap, son. It's a wrap.
The boogster.
You're not gonna like this.
Yeah, you're bringing coffee in.
You're not gonna like this. I'm bringing a friend in.
Of course you are.
I'm bringing a buddy onto the show.
What's
Boogie,
up, Nita? Thank you. How are
You
you?
are being confronted tonight.
Go
I
ahead.
am 99% sure that you are faking.
No, don't move.
You are faking your cancer diagnosis, Boogie.
Okay, let's hear that.
Let's hear that.
Did the doctor ever tell you, or did he ever say the word cancer?
He said polycythemia vera, which is a form of cancer, as he explained it to me. And no, it is not secondary polycythemia, which is Nicholas Diorio's explanation for this bullshit.
What's up, Mashido Swing? Yeah, I don't, but no one is picking up on, none of these video essayists are picking up on the fact that he said it wasn't a big deal. Something else would kill him first anyway. No one's saying that. I don't get it.
So I think it is secondary polycythemia.
Well, then
Can you
why
explain?
would he call it polycythemia vera? Why would he tell me that I have hormone markers in my blood that tells me I have polycythemia vera? Why does he order a bone marrow biopsy to confirm it?
Well, if he ordered a bone marrow.
All right, I'm gonna play dumb, Boogie, and pretend that you were lying to make people feel sorry, so you were morally shielded from your crypto scam. Trying to think of the best way to word it. You're waiting 2 years to start therapy for a possible cancer that could now kill you, even though you said something else would kill you first because it's slow moving. That's not good. You're waiting 2 years to start something? Makes no sense. The Mondaire Jones story. He decided not to run for as and moved to MSC. Did lost to primary strong Patrick Maloney, got nominee Hudson Valley and seat, and lost to Lawler. It's funny, he was a dick back in the day too, Lawler.
Bone marrow biopsy to confirm it. It would be weird that you told us that you already had a diagnosis and a confirmation.
Because the markers are in my blood. The hormone markers are in my
All right,
blood,
all right.
Destiny.
I gotta watch the original Boogie 2988. Now, can we even find it, or did he delete the fucking video? Let me try this way first. Let me do another tab so I don't lose any of this shit. Let's watch the original video. I just need to watch it to make sure my brain isn't fucking melting. Oh my God. All right. Boogie 2988. Original cancer video. Because knowing him, he probably deleted it, right? Here, no. He didn't.
I often say, though, every day that I wake up is a good day. It's the one day that I don't wake up that sucks. So I've been debating for a while to talk to you guys about this, but I hope it brings you guys a little bit of clarity about some of the videos I've made in the last month or so. Because, well, you remember about 3 weeks back I said that I likely could potentially have a form of cancer?
Nips, thank you, Danny. Thank you for being a member for 30 months.
Turns out I got a rare blood cancer called polycythemia vera, which basically makes your body produce too many red blood cells. And when I started taking that testosterone supplement 7 or 8 years ago, however long it's been, we knew that this was a possibility. You never think you're going to be the guy who gets that side effect, though, right? You never think it's going to be you. But sometimes it is. It has to be somebody. But the good news is, I mean, this is a disease that takes a really long time to get you. Statistically speaking, I'll die of a blood clot or a heart attack or a stroke due to one of those blood clots. And most people, after getting diagnosed, live another 20 years. So if you're going to get a cancer, this is the one to get. You know me and my dark sense of humor. When my doctor told me all of this, I said, if I die of...
There it is. So that should put all of this to rest. Oh, wait, Mr. Mediker is streaming about something. I'll watch that later. I think it should have never happened. Political violence is never the fucking answer. It's going to have the... He won 2024. I don't even think replacing Biden at this point, unless it was like some insanely popular where they could just tear as the Democratic nominee. There's no fucking way. Yeah. So, yeah, everyone needs to remember this. I don't see anybody talking about this. I hear people talking about this video, but not him saying that part. It's a weird fucking thing. I think it's a pretty big thing to look over.
Correct. But you said that you'd received the diagnosis, but now you just told me you got a bone marrow biopsy.
It's a diagnosis, and now...
I'm not a fan of you, Rich, but I really respect your answer. Thanks for asking. You're very welcome.
We're confirming. It's called a confirmation. The hormone markers are already in my blood.
Yep.
And
so I think
we are confirming it with the biopsy because I'm wanting to do that because I'm praying to God I don't fucking have cancer.
He doesn't care.
Have this, and so he wanted.
So you wait for 2 years to find out if you actually have cancer or not? Which, again, in the video that we just watched with your own words, you said the cancer isn't a big deal because you're going to be killed by something else anyway because you're 50.
To get a bone marrow biopsy, but it is intrusive and expensive, so they decided to forego it.
Why is Wings dancing right now with a fucking shirt with hearts all over it? What am I missing here?
To still get it done because I am hopeful. I am praying that there's a fucking merciful God of the world that would be willing to fucking let this be wrong, even though it most certainly is not.
So why are you talking about expensive cancer treatments if they don't even know if you have cancer? That nothing has been.
They're treating it, dipshit, because they've been treating it for 2 fucking years.
Yeah, like I said, even if this was some kind of like, you know, any publicity is good publicity ploy that they all masterminded behind the scenes. He's now known for this. Like, really? Like, this is whatever.
This is sort of where the tomfuckery starts, right? Wings is dancing like fucking Nosferatu out of the SpongeBob episode. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's confusing my brain a little bit because...
Yeah, I wasn't sure what was Wings doing there, man. Like I hope he.
You have to have a really lack of social awareness to have your panel member getting accused of faking cancer and be dancing and getting jiggy with it in the background. Really perplexing to me. And so just to break it down in layman's terms, essentially,
No, I don't think
there is polycythemia and there's polycythemia vera, and one is non-cancerous and probably can develop to be cancerous, and the other is cancerous. And the whole dispute is that Boogie says he has cancer and he's been getting treatment for it, but now he says he wants to get money to get a bone marrow test, which I guess
2 fucking years later. I know everyone, dude. I don't know. Like, could I picture them drumming up something to make drama to make the, like, yeah. I don't even know if Keemstar would want to get involved in a pump and dump, though. That's kind of the only thing making me take pause on really going in on that hypothesis. However, I don't know. I don't put anything past people anymore. That's for shit sure.
is a more definite solution to figuring out whether or not this is real cancer or not, because from my basic understanding of Google researching, right, you know, Dr. Saturated coming in here trying to give his 2 cents. From what I understood, basically the easiest way for you to get diagnosed is through blood work, because they can find if the hormone, your EPOs are too high, and if they are, that is a strong indication that you have.
Yeah, Omar, and he, like I said, even if this was done to drum up views for the show, once this show is done, which it's always on shaky ground, we know that with the co-hosts that are here, what is Boogie gonna do? People only take stuff at face value. Trust me, I know. And he'll always be the guy that faked having cancer. And even if it was staged, he went in on this. Like if Keemstar came to me and said, "Hey, Rich, let's do this whole thing where you do a flop crypto pump and dump because you have some kind of health issue, and then we make a whole big drama about it where you were bullshitting," and I would be like, sorry. I would be like, Keem, with all due respect, suck my cock. Like, I'm having nothing to do with that, dude. You know? But, and now if this show ends, what are you going to do, Boogie? You're fucked. Whatever.
Have cancer.
Ain't my fucking problem, that's for shit, sure.
And that might explain why you would be getting
What's
treatment
up, Jostler?
for it. The problem is, why would you be getting a bone marrow analysis 2 years after your doctor had already diagnosed you with something? Because I feel like it would be medical malpractice for a doctor to say, you know what, Boogster? All right, you got cancer?
You can tell politics is a hot topic this year because you even now have Asmongold talking about politics, which I usually never see him talking about politics. What's up, Jostler?
But in order for us to actually know, we'd have to do this bone marrow secondary test, but we're just not going to do it. We're just not going to push for it. We're going to let you accumulate the money in the background, and whenever you get around to it, Boogster, we'll figure it out. No big deal. But in the meantime, we're going to give you all these expensive medicines for you to take, and we're going to treat you like you have cancer, even though we're not 100% certain that you have cancer. It's a bit perplexing. Now, a secondary side story to all this, and he'll get to this a little bit later. He was talking about Jackson, who's a side character on Critical's podcast, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that's who this fucking Jackson is? He kept on, who's the fuck is Jackson?
Basically, we know for certain that Boogie, the first time Boogie tweeted out that he had cancer was
Yeah, we watched the second video. Yeah, he was unhinged in that second video.
In November of 2020, 2022, something like that. It was whenever the video that he did the begging for money in his backyard. But the video where he's talking about how he's running out of money and how he has cancer came out in October. So why is there a discrepancy of a month between the two? That's a big a threshold that people are trying to figure out.
This, which is like papers that will tell me.
I was gonna say, Boogie can have this whole thing. Tell me a single document with polycythemia vera on it. You don't have one. Yeah. So polycythemia just means you have an elevation of red blood cells. That's all it means. Your red blood cell count is high.
So you can just be fat.
How did Destiny get involved in this, by the way? Does anyone know?
And sleep apnea can create that, because I'm both.
Sleep apnea could do it. Yeah, anything. Yeah, like that could cause it. And the fact that Boogie said, we knew that when I was taking TRT, this was a risk of that. That means that risk is to develop secondary polycythemia. That was the risk, and then that is what ended up happening, unfortunately. But it's not cancer. That was induced because of just a low oxygenation of the blood.
Because I'm insisting on it, because I'm hoping they're wrong.
No, wait. Why would you have to insist on a biopsy if you can confirm with a with blood markers? It's because you can't.
Hoping that I are wrong. Because I'm hoping
they're wrong. You're hoping they're wrong, then why?
Hoping they're wrong. They don't just let you do tests because
2 years ago you're talking about.
Yeah, dude. You're hoping they're wrong. You waited 2 years to hope they're wrong. You waited 2 years to verify it. So if
fighting cancer. Why would you be talking about
been for 2 years, Destiny?
Fighting cancer? How? With what? With blood thinners?
Because
this one's for you.
Because oh god damn it.
You shouldn't have talked about it, but the fact is,
Meg boy, I'll say this to you. People talk a lot, especially out of anger. Just keep one foot in front of the other and do your thing, and don't let other people judge your self-worth.
That you did the day that you got the diagnosis. You're like, well, I was considering doing this, but I just got my diagnosis today. So you weren't doing it instantly.
I sat on it for a while.
On your tweet, did you not say that I got my diagnosis today and then talk about it?
They told me. Okay.
So Boogie's getting absolutely bodied in this discussion. I do want, skeptic saturated coming out once again. I do want to say, just because Destiny is presenting these arguments does not mean that Destiny is 100% right. A lot of people want to take it and run and say, because Destiny talked about it, that means it must be true.
Yeah.
Well, Destiny's not a doctor. He's doing basic research that any of us could do, and he's just presenting the argument, right? Now, the problem comes into play once we start getting into the berate.
He's got skin noble.
Of Boogster, right? Once everybody starts coming in and starts trying to slam doink on him and trying to say, "Oh, Boogie, was the crypto money just not enough? Did you also have to pull a cancer scan, Boogie?
For you.
Come on, Boogster, that's not very nice.
What's up, girl?
That's not very cool. Come on, Boogster." So the whole thing is basically, Boogie says he has cancer. He's been diagnosed with cancer.
And the thing is, again, I can't repeat this enough. Boogie himself said that the cancer is so slow moving, even if it is cancer, that something else is probably going to take him out anyway. I hear you, man. Dude, I don't know. American politics is a fucking shit show, and that's it. It's a fucking shit show. Need I say more? You guys. Hear that stuff? Oh, you do. I just don't hear it because my headset's not going through here.
Never going to present a document to show that to anybody, and we're just supposed to trust the guy who is perennially lying about everything in his entire existence, that he's telling the truth. And part of it too is like, later on he talks about the documentary and how he told Mike Klum he wasn't going to talk about his cancer diagnosis, yet prior to this stream he was talking to Destiny in a different live stream.
Real quick, how is this? I could always put my headphones through here. How's this Applause.
Saying that if he was nice, he would present his medical records to him. So like, there's this like convoluted contradiction, fucking shitstorm going on inside Boogie's head, and he's getting caught in too many lies. And because he's had so much attention around him from the crypto scam, I think it's just gonna get worse. More and more people are already tuned into him, and now that he did this, it's
I won't know why the audio is cracking because I have the noise cancellation, which is all going through here, and the noise cancellation in OBS is making the sound effects sound weird. Oh shit, you're right about Jackson beating his ass. I remember reading about that. That's some shit, man. That's a good point.
not gonna turn out well for Boogster.
I just came to get something to eat.
Anything is possible, sure.
I just don't understand why you won't just go grab a piece of paper and just disprove them. Like
Because
you
I don't have
all these
What's
field
up, SPCB, bro? Is that where you?
And like I said a year ago, when these motherfuckers tried to get it,
hold on.
This is the one last thing I have left.
Excuse,
The motherfuckers were in my marriage. You guys were in everything else. You're in every aspect of my life. Fuck you. Let me have one goddamn thing.
Boogie, if this is real, that makes no fucking sense. You used your fucking illness, even though you said it wasn't a big deal from the get-go, as a reason to do this pump and dump. Now it's no one's business? I'm getting more skeptical by the second, dude. I need someone actually now to prove to me that this shit wasn't staged. I just can't.
You just said before that you don't have the money for extra medical stuff. If they don't need that
It's
test
just-
for
I
cancer, why would you spend extra money on a vaccine you don't need?
Have you heard of this, Destiny? I just got a bit of a windfall. Might have heard about it. Might have heard
you may have
about
heard of it. We have. What's a
windfall?
He did a $10,000 crypto scam, using partly his cancer thing as an excuse for why he needed to scam his fans. If Boogie can confirm, that he has polycythemia vera, and he actually has like a doctor confirmation of the blood cancer, I'll throw $5,000 towards his medical treatment. I'll make that personal pledge right now.
No fuck.
Hey, you need the money.
You're not seeing my medical records for 20, not for 50. You're not seeing my medical records.
$5,000.
Don't you just love it when
Yeah, it just makes no sense. You use this for the reasoning to do all of it. Now you won't show them? This whole thing stinks, man. This whole thing stinks. Oh, by the way, here's a weird song I made as a joke for Intro Guy. By the way, it is a joke. I do not want to have intercourse with a horse.
Horse. Dicks.
Yeah.
In the ass. Horse.
Yeah.
Dicks. In the ass. Dicks. Horse. Dicks. In the ass. Horse.
Well, he's dead,
Dicks.
so
In the ass. Dicks. Horse. Dicks.
Oh my God.
when Boogster blames the entire internet for ruining everything in it.
I mostly actually use the Koala app for actual productivity, but sometimes I'm like, hey, intro guy, here's a song about horse dicks.
His life, he can take zero accountability. It's never the Boogster's fault. His relationship that fell apart because he was doing things like telling his wife that he wanted her to fucking die. You remember that, Boogster? You remember that cute little clip? Aw, that's so lovey-dovey. I can't believe that marriage didn't last. That's so crazy. And obviously...
Wait, what? Boogie said he wishes his ex-wife died? No. I have to get some seltzer in a second. Let me look that up. Boogie, ex-wife. Yo, let's watch this. This is crazy.
Oh boy, here we go.
What do you want?
Hey, it's good to hear your voice. It's been a couple days. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Can't complain too much.
I made it to 45. What do you think about that?
It's impressive.
Yeah, I didn't think I would.
Only another 40 to go.
Another 40, Des? You hate me that much that you want me to live to be 90 fucking 85?
Math was never your strong suit.
It's VidCon is weird without you. It really is, because like we're all these very familiar places, right? And like going to Disney without you, I've been like 5 times now. It's just so weird. It's your ghost haunts me there. It's kind of nice though. How's your summer adventures been? What have you done that was cool?
Went to Door County, which is like Eureka Springs of the North.
Oh man, I haven't been to Eureka Springs in forever. Because people don't know this, but that's where we got engaged.
He called. This is during a live stream, by the way. Remember that?
Yeah, it is.
This is a really good story. I don't know if they're going to want to hear this, but
Yeah, his new girlfriend is like, everything is the same. I believe that she was like a trauma dump relationship too, where she came from a broken house, just like his current girlfriend. Their names are the same. They kind of look the same. This is a few years back when he just got divorced.
But so we were driving up to Eureka Springs, and I had been planning for like 3 weeks.
Date fat guys for cash. The fuck they date me for? Then I ain't got no cash.
To ask you to marry me that day. And it was my birthday. Oh my God, it was my birthday. You remember?
Yep.
All of the YouTube videos are still up. You know, our wedding YouTube video is still up and everything. Because I don't see a point in deleting it. People have asked me, like, why I don't delete it. But I'm like, what's the best day of my life? I love that day. Why would I delete that? You know what I'm saying?
He's being facetious. You could tell by his mannerisms.
Yep.
Yeah, geez, what a day.
Oh, but you have to finish the engagement story about how you picked a fight with me about how I never watch your videos anymore.
Yeah, so
I was working like 60-hour weeks.
I
and
know.
You don't even care about my videos. You don't even watch them. I'm like, what are you talking about? I help you film them all the time. And I'm like, why are we arguing about this? I'm dying right now.
And I'm like,
look at my face.
You know what I'm doing today, by the way? So I decided to use my birthday as in all the negative notoriety I'm getting right now. I'm sure you've seen it on Reddit or whatever, but I was like,
that was weird. That was really weird.
Hey, I would raise money for To Write Love on Her Arms. And you remember
he was guilting. She kind of did an interesting play back at him. It's interesting how you notice things as you get older. Because he was saying, hey, remember how that was the best day of our life? And now you walked away from that? And she was like, yeah, remember when you were a dick when you proposed to me? She was like, come back down to planet Earth, Boogie. There's a reason that we're no longer together, Steven.
I called you a couple weeks back and I talked to you about my suicidal thoughts. We talked about it a little bit, right?
Why are you talking about this? See, this is what people are talking about, Boogie. If everything with the cancer shit and you faking it, even though you said initially that it was no big deal, it is all this shit actually happened. And you use the cancer as the shield for your pump and dump. And there's nothing else that we need to know about behind the scenes. You'll talk like to your ex-wife about your issues on a live stream with her on the phone on speaker. But you won't show, you don't have to show all of your records. You take Windows Shift S, snip out the part where it says it. I don't know. I have a small penis. That's all I know. At the end.
Mm-hmm.
And you know I've been plagued with that the entire time we've known each other, right? That's something I've struggled with ever since I've known you, right?
Yep.
So I picked To Write Love on Her Arms as the right charity. You're familiar with that one, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised because it's a lot cooler than you are.
I know. I've gotten so into the music scene now. I had a music video come out today.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm a
the music scene is more than just like Weird Al, though, right?
I will tell you though. I'll say the thing that probably haunts me the most is every once in a while I hear a song on the radio and I have the thought, "Oh, Des would really like this song," and then I'm like, "Aw." What are you listening to these days? Any Weird Al?
No.
Why would you do this on camera? And these are the things that really make that like kind of sealed your fate. Everyone's like, you talk about all this shit. Like that's kind of what your bread and butter was, Boogie, is that you hid nothing. Now all of a sudden this, and as you just did a crypto pump and dump, you're too good to show where it would show that you had cancer. Oh, come on, dude. Come on. Your camera's crazy crooked too here.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose. Somebody says this woman is hilarious. Music is more than... Yeah, why do you think I married this woman? Of course, she's hysterical. She's far funnier than I ever was. Why do you think the Phrases videos haven't been good since we separated?
I haven't been on Reddit. You mentioned seeing you on Reddit. Those are all the things I get to avoid now.
God, I'm so jealous of you.
Yeah.
Oh, they have like this crazy...
Why can't you avoid Reddit? You think I'm going on kiwi farms to look at myself? You think I'm not even going on Twitter to look at myself. Oh, Boogie.
Crazy picture of you and I and like what happened. Did you cuck me, Des?
Did I cuck you?
Yeah, did you?
This is something you would ask your ex-wife live on stream. Wow.
Did you screw TJ behind my back or whatever?
What TJ?
It's because Remington isn't attractive, but TJ was hot as shit. I mean, he's like, you know, like he's a gay guy who takes really good care of himself. It's just crazy. Why? At the end of the day, confirm or deny this. Let's see what you think. We got divorced just because it wasn't working.
Right.
Is that pretty much it? We just weren't happy.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
But I knew that we were going down a path where we just were not clicking, and we were fighting, and we were resenting each other for things, and...
But why?
I didn't want that to be the end of our story, where we spent the next 20 years of our lives hating each other, you know?
Yep, absolutely. All right, well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you still. Thank you for being such a good friend. I really appreciate you. Thank you for helping raise a little bit of money to write Love in Our Arms. Hey, if you swing by when you get home, if you give $20, I'm giving $20. Every dollar you donate via this charity stream, I'm matching dollar for dollar up to $10,000. I'm wanting to spend 10 grand today. So if you're feeling, yeah, get in there, pull out the credit card before it's over with. Okay, the drive's going on to the...
Yeah. Man, how times have changed. Yeah, he's talking to his ex-wife, dude. All right, this is... I'm not watching that. Oh, you know what? One thing I will watch? Oh, Dr. Disrespect I'll watch. Because we're just treading the same fucking shit over and over again. We know what happened, unless something new pops up where, you know, Keemstar is naked in his office and we see that he's actually working on this pump and dump to stir up drama behind the scenes. There's nothing else to say. If it's taken at surface value, Boogie's a scumbag. If it was a scheme to get more people, more eyes on the Lol Cow podcast, well, it makes them all pretty scummy, actually, but Boogie's still a scumbag. Either way, he's fucked in the ass. What did Dr. Disrespect do? Everything. I'll be right back in a minute, and I'm going to grab something to drink. Coffee, which will probably make me shit. Be right back.
Tacoma wept.
I like big dicks.
Tacoma wept.
I like big dicks.
Oh, I'm back. I have no beverages. I'm gonna have to order some fucking. I hate doing DoorDash, but just beverages, no food. Shooting ropes. God damn it! I just have 3 fucking seltzers left, dude. No turds. I wish it was turds. Order some fucking seltzer. God damn it. Thought I had coffee. Don't have coffee.
Well, he's dead, so. Well, he's dead, so. Well, he's dead, so.
Turds. Birds. Turds. Birds. Turds. Birds. Turds. Ah. Where is... I want comfort food. Comfort my ass. What? Comfort seltzer. I want comfort seltzer. I want comfort seltzer. And birds. Turds. Birds. With turds. Philip Burnell is a man. With an ass. Something. Do they have coffee? Stars. Dark roast. Oh yeah. Am I really freestyling weird noises while I'm doing this shit? Yeah, I'm not buying that much from these fucking thieves. Damn it. Yeah, for now it's fine. back. Ah, shit. Oh, come on. All right, there we go. Anyway, all right. Wait, oh no, did I not change the screen that entire time? Okay, good. So you were just, at least you got to watch me stare at my phone in order. Oh my God. I got seltzer. I got coffee. I got tits. Let's go.
But I'm still in control.
My conscious. I feel so good.
This was his.
God. And again, it just bothers me a lot. Buff, I love all the birds. They're beautiful. Yeah, and Fentazed, thank you for being a member for almost 30 months. I meant to say this to you before. That's the thing. All of a sudden, if there's no other conspiracy going on, all of a sudden, now Boogie's so private. My uncle is retired military and has had to protect VIP targets before. He said holding Trump out in the open like that so he could pose for the camera reeks of it being a setup. Vladimir Putin blew up a building to seize power, and it worked because it made him seem like he was the great protector. Go look it up.
His return stream from messaging a minor. How insane is that? Dr. Disrespect is...
I mean, that shit looks like something that was meant for Time magazine. Christ's sake.
...to inappropriately messaging a minor back in 2017, and that is the reason for his contract termination and ban on Twitch. The same year he messaged a minor, he won Streamer of the Year.
I get a lot of messages. DM.
Yes, you do.
Emails. Whispers.
Doc, no! He was telling us the whole time. He's been dropped by his own game studio, Turtle Beaches, Black Steel Bourbon, dropped from the YouTube partnership program, even his own website went down. No party admits to any wrongdoing. This is the statement he made in his lawsuit with Twitch. 4 years later, he would write, were there Twitch whispers with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. And then there's the defense of him, which hasn't been based in any sort of factual reality at all.
Your audience is just off watching you, and everybody knows that, and you know it. Look at her, she's looking down saying stop that, and then she has the balls to go say Dr. Disrespect's a terrible person. Bro, this is my problem.
How do you compare people in her audience that are thirsty fucking weirdos? No, it's not this. Oh my God, is this what these fucking like these all these like alpha male pseudo alpha male retards do?
With this,
they're both bad people, but like that doesn't.
But nobody cancels Pokemon.
He really is. You're defending a pedophile. These people will call anybody pedophiles, but when there's actual pedophiles, they defend them. All right, I already thought you were an asshole. Now I hate you by default.
There's no hate brigade. Everyone's like,
text us.
Because she's not texting someone underage.
17-year-old.
But she has 13-year-olds jerking off to her, and she's.
Is she telling them to do that? Oh, hell yeah, I'm an alpha male, man. I'm as alpha as they get.
Fine with it and monetizing it. How is that any better?
You can't be this dumb. You can't be this dumb. You're fucking, I bet you he has like a talent agency, or he has somebody who's like, say the stupid, like Andrew Tate was saying, having sex with women if you're not procreating is gay. You're only, if you aren't attempting to reproduce and you are a straight man having intercourse with a woman, then you are a homosexual. So all the little idiots that watch him, who the irony is that they're 13, they're thinking, oh, what Dr. Disrespect isn't doing is that bad. And again, he's trying to demonize it. Like, what is she supposed to do? Be less attractive? Sneeko? Stupid fucking name. Like, what do you want her to do? You fucking break, man. I hate these fucking people.
I get that, but what do you want her to do? Not show her face?
When Neon's got more comments.
Yeah, you're making Neon, like, I know enough about this guy that he's a fucking idiot, and you're making him seem smart.
Common sense than you, it's over. And then there's the least talked about aspect of this story, the terrible journalism by Slasher that is confused, muddied, and made people cast doubt on this entire situation, admitting to me that he has pushed this story without ever seeing the messages. No nameable source has. As part of his career redemption arc, he pushed the false allegation that Doc was arrested for this.
I did get a DM about an hour ago from someone who lives in Encientas, and he sent me a screenshot from his next door. There is a comment that says, "We just saw Dr. Disrespect in handcuffs," and this is from
bro. Okay, I can't believe you just dropped that in here, because like, if that is untrue, this is like you're squandering all of the cultural capital that you're winning back by being correct on this matter for the past.
That is true. What are you doing, Slasher? Oh, yeah. He was the guy who was saying that he was cocked. And then you're going to come out and be an alpha male? Dude, come on, stop. Yeah, dude, rest in peace, Richard Simmons. That makes me depressed. Like, how, you know how much humor I made out of him? Like, I actually thought he was genuinely an entertaining guy.
4 years.
It was untrue. Even Hassan is shocked by the low quality journalism. The goal of this video is to clear out the weeds so you know the full story, front to back. What the information is, who the sources are. There's a lot of misinformation going around, and some of this stuff just makes zero sense. And it makes me feel like I need a lawyer up for the mental damage done to me. But most people don't realize that when you get workers' comp or an injury from a car accident, the insurance companies are often trying their best to take advantage of you.
Here we go. Man, I'm telling you, I'm almost like leaning more towards this assassination attempt is staged, because now I'm seeing all the people that I know IRL on Facebook that are MAGA. They're like, I'm more MAGA than ever, and I'm definitely voting for Trump. And I don't know, man. I don't trust a fucking soul, unfortunately.
your inexperience, so they could pay you as little as possible. That's why Morgan and
it's like it's like hook, line, and sinker.
Morgan exists. Now, I may not be able to sue Dr. Disrespect when it comes to my head injury. It's self-inflicted after all, but you can still go you're owed when it comes to your car accident or injury in the workplace. They won't settle for the insurance company's lowball offers. These are just some of the verdicts they've been able to achieve. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm with over 1,000 attorneys, meaning that they have the resources and the manpower to make sure your case gets the best possible
Careless
outcome.
whispers.
The insurance
That's
companies will
actually
never
pretty
tell you this,
good.
but if you were part of a serious injury, your case could be worth millions of dollars. In the past 12 months, they've achieved significant verdicts for victims involved in life-altering car crashes, like $12 million in Florida and $26 million in Philadelphia, 40 times higher than the highest insurance offer. And the fee is absolutely free unless you...
So it doesn't matter. It's about the optics. Everything is about the optics. Everything. The reality of the situation means nothing. It's what people feel.
You win. And you don't even have to sit in a law office for hours to do it. Just use their app to upload relevant documents, medical records, and even communicate with your attorney. It's so easy. So if you ever get seriously injured, your case could be worth millions, life-changing money. You can go to forthepeople.com/Willie or scan the QR code. It only takes a few minutes to...
Trump himself could come out and say, I just did this for a photo op, and people would still be like, yeah, it was awesome. Now I'm definitely voting for you.
to see if you have a case. Thank you, Morgan & Morgan, for sponsoring this video.
I did it. I admit it. I did it. I don't give a fuck. I did it.
Dr. Disrespect's lack of transparency over the years I find particularly disturbing. The narrative he let transpire surrounding his ban was so dishonest. On his first stream back from his ban, he'd act like some returning hero.
You think I'm gonna stop right there? You think that's the end of the line? You think we're done?
Hindsight completely changes the meaning of some of the things he says.
We're just getting started.
Dark alleyways is where they're gonna find us.
This is so much funnier knowing that he's a creep. He's thanking people who were supportive of him, who thought he was being screwed by Twitch.
Paid with $100 donation says, "God damn, it feels good to have you back."
Yeah, it's shady. It's like he played it up like he was the victim too. Like it was just over some payment dispute, you know?
Back knocking, it does feel good. It does.
The original theory that he let culminate was that Microsoft's live streaming service Mixer was stealing some of Twitch's biggest stars. So in March of 2020, Twitch secured Dr. Disrespect with a massive contract. June 22nd of 2020, Mixer would announce that it was shutting down. And mysteriously, just 3 days later, Twitch would ban Dr. Disrespect. This was the narrative at the time, as other sources refused to elaborate and even deleted their tweets. Meanwhile, Doc ate up all the love thrown his way.
Man, the love is strong. A lot of people reached out. In fact, I had an Excel worksheet and I had all these names.
Mixer.
And I was going to shout them out. I mean, it's like.
Remember that was like peak Ninja and he signed over there, got a bunch of money and then it shut down. Can I have that happen to me? I'll go to a website for a bunch of money then have it be shut down.
In regards to the ban, there's a lot of people that want to know. They want to know what happened. Why did you get banned? We still have no idea, as far as I'm concerned.
Man, what a bold-faced liar, too, huh? You knew. You knew the whole fucking time, bro.
We didn't do anything to warrant a ban, let alone how they went about banning us.
This was August 7th of 2020 before the lawsuit. So there is a chance he didn't know, as the messages sent to the minor were from 2017, which was the same time he was caught cheating on his wife. Doc confirms this date in his recent Twitter response, writing, "Were there Twitch whispers with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes.
And that's it. You're done. Goodbye. See you later. Go away.
Are there real intentions behind those messages? The answer is absolutely not.
Stupid mistakes, man.
There are reports from former Twitch staff alleging that he planned to meet up at TwitchCon with her and that he knew she was underage. I recall that Dr.
I remember hearing
Disrespect
that.
was made aware by the individual that they were underage during the conversation, after which he indicated that this was no problem and continued on. Also saying that Doc's retelling of the messages, leaning too much in the direction of being inappropriate, is vastly downplaying the situation. The employee says that Twitch had an initiative in 2020 to investigate streamers who had allegations against them, and that the alleged victim reported it during this time. That's why it didn't come out in 2017, and why Doc was banned just days after this tweet announcing the new initiative. It was also revealed that YouTube knew the allegations the whole time. That's why they never offered Doc a contract. It seems like everyone behind the scenes knew, so when Doc claims that he didn't, that just doesn't seem believable to me anymore. He looks at his phone and seemingly gets more serious. It seems like he knows something. Then he pulls up a Roblox video and sits in silence, finally saying this before ending his stream immediately.
Know this one well.
Yeah, I always thought that ending was so like, what was with the Roblox shit?
That's weird right now.
Oh my god!
Well, we'll get through this, okay? And
Hey, Christopher.
Fuck.
You get to try.
So was he talking about his Roblox video here, or was he talking about his soon-to-be ban? And it just makes me wonder, did he really not know during his comeback stream?
So let the legal professionals do what they need to do.
I think he thought it was going to stay under wraps because people were under NDAs not to talk. Did you really think that?
That's it. My conscience. I feel so good. You know who I was talking to right there? I was talking to the small percentage. The ones that there's a sense of urgency that want to know right now because you know what they want. Something bad to happen out of it, right? Let's not beat around the bush. That's just a small percentage, though. The larger percentage, the true supporters, the followers of the doc, they know what I'm about. They've been following.
Yeah. The ones who thought they were wrong. The ones who questioned you were right. You know what's funny is that I apologized to you because I thought the whole situation was sketchy, and then it just seemed like it was a payment dispute. Again, my first instinct was right. I'm learning that lesson throughout life.
Know me for years. They know what I'm about. I don't beat around the bush. I get straight to the point.
In hindsight, it's so manipulative. One thing is for sure, though, he did know during the lawsuit, and he insisted that he was the victim.
I appreciate the support. You guys have just been absolutely amazing. With the Twitch ban is really how it's really affected us, not just from a financial standpoint, but from a networking standpoint, from all the relationships we built over the past 5 years in terms of Activision and EA. I mean, everyone, all the big sponsors, all the big partnerships, they have to question, why did you get banned?
I mean, yeah, from a business point of view, it is a completely legitimate question to ask.
But a lot of people ask me, do you know the reason? Yeah.
And especially because it was like a light switch,
I do know the reason why now. I've known for months now the reason why. And I'll just say this right now, champs. There's a reason why we're suing the out of them. Okay? I don't know how else.
Yeah, and yeah, those. And what's funny is they tried to capitalize on it too. I mean, here is the thing. He didn't know their ages. Now, the thing you could say about Pro Jared is that's always the first question you could ask. Or no, he did actually ask their ages, and they told him they were of age. If I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. Which, yeah, that kind of makes them pieces of shit. I mean, yeah, he was whipping out his dong like a champion, but that doesn't make him a pedo.
To put it, the amount of damages and you just don't. No, it really fucking sucks. I don't know how else to put it, man. It's affected us in so many different ways, and
It's just crazy too that he was making it like he was the victim the entire time, knowing what he knew behind the scenes. Holy shit! I'm sure he was getting sympathy money. I'm sure people were probably like, "Oh, Doc, it's so unfair what happened to you. Instead of me just giving the $5 I usually give, here's $200." What, you had a feeling he was full of shit? Well, especially since he admitted in the very first video that it was, especially for him, like a kind of a slow-moving nothing burger. It's kind of hard not to feel that way.
He's making it seem like the reason was completely ridiculous. Twitch is irrational, when there's at least some truth to it. No party admits to any wrongdoing. This was the statement given after Twitch allegedly paid out Dr. Disrespect in full. Farther.
Well, that's the thing that it's we. My thing, you want me to call us we? Am I getting some of your money? It's like when I know people that are obsessed with sports like baseball and football. Oh, I can't believe we made that play. Who the fuck is we? You getting a check from the NFL? Shut the fuck up, you weirdo.
Pushing the narrative that he did nothing wrong. As you guys know, this would come to a head last week when an ex-Twitch employee
They don't even know who the fuck you are. You're saying we.
Connors.
Oh, we lost. No, you mean they lost. The team you're a fan of lost, not we. You're not on the team. Christ, I hate people.
Would tweet, Dr. Disrespect got banned because he was caught sexting minors in the existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. Case closed. This would come out during Doc's.
I just heard that. He was going to fuck her. It wasn't just like him being, which is career ending in and of itself. You're flirting with an underage girl and you're my age. But you had a goal. It wasn't just to be flirty.
Most recent live stream, which is just hilarious to watch. It all broke right after he ate this cupcake.
Third try, and Baby Sassman brought me a little cupcake.
Oh, God.
As a celebration.
No.
Oh, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake. I'm going to eat my cupcake, and I'm going to celebrate. Nothing you're going to do about it.
There was, nothing that was going to be sexual involved, because I'm not like that. Well, obviously.
Yeah, ADP. Yeah, I often meet people that are underage in the middle of random motel or apartment parking lots to hand them a cupcake, to get a cupcake. That's what I do.
The text messages and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Note to self, do not eat cupcakes. Doc's chat would be filled with messages begging him to respond. Even the glasses can't hide the doom in his eyes.
One of these years, I will get to the Elden Ring DLC, and it will be glorious. Music is fitting. Music is fitting.
He's like this for over a minute.
Because he knows it's over.
And then he goes silent again. A fan would ask how he's doing, and he seems to know he's screwed.
How we feeling, Doc?
Cupcake.pdf. Yeah, like, dude, this isn't... Like, there's more of a chance of, like, you don't come back from this. There's more of a chance of Boogie being able to come back. Because, again, Boogie's not a PDF. They have a young girlfriend, but she's legal and of age. Once you go over this threshold, it's over.
Says Roy. I'll be honest, I'm feeling a little fatigued. Feeling a little fatigued.
Yeah, now that you know your career and reputation is over.
We came in here, champs. We came in here. High energy. High energy. But I'm telling you, man, I'm just feeling fatigued.
Wow, what convenient timing.
When shit like this happens over the weekend, and it just kind of, it's like, how many times can I I don't.
The fuck are you even saying? You sound like Joe Biden.
Like I'm actually.
We finally beat Medicaid. Yo, let me show you the. I don't know if you call it a meme because it didn't go viral, but on my Insta, I put this Instagram. Am I logged in? I'm not logged in. Of course I'm not. Now it's going to ask me to do two-factor authentication. I won't be able to do it right now. Well, yes, of course it's going to do that. Go fuck yourself. Hard in the ass.
Tired of being on social media, and I've expressed that over the years, champs. I just
Vice President Trump, and then you have the fucking photo op of the century that happens today. Oh my god, I'm moving to fucking Iceland. I want Bjork to sit on my face.
You know,
this part actually.
What did I just say? I need weed. I don't give a fuck. I'm going. It takes me 2 seconds. The rumor's right there because I'm right down here. I need some. And I need Bjork to sit on my face. And this time I'm not apologizing about it. Heard it was a piece of glass that hit his ear. Heard it was, I don't know, Bill Gates' mushroom tip hit his ear. Yo, did you ever hear this story? All right, let me get, I'll be right back. See, it wasn't that long. Because I was only gone for like 2 seconds. That's why.
Actually makes me a bit angry because instead of defending himself or saying that he's going to talk to his lawyers before responding, he acts like he's above taking this seriously.
Over the years, it's just gotten, I don't know, like it's been drained out of me. It's being drained out of me. It's being drained out of my family and I. But I think the first and foremost, though, is, you know, I did have a sort of a planned vacation coming up.
Wow.
And I think I might just extend that starting today, starting now.
He's literally running out of town.
I think when I say step away, I mean, I'm going to have to.
Yeah, you're done, dude. It's over. You fucking lost the plot.
Either have to
That's it.
relay this to the Midnight Society, but maybe I.
But it's not even like internet hearsay, like someone was lying about you. You did this. You admitted to it.
Step away from there too.
This was likely Doc strategically getting ahead of his own company, Midnight Society, dropping him. And then there's the boldest part of Doc's defense, which is saying that all of his haters are terminally online. Trust me when I say this, to all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero real life experience, I don't give a f about you. I'm not going anywhere. I don't know how you're gonna call anyone terminally online when you were a 35-year-old man cheating on your wife with a 17-year-old. Now this is all under the assumption that what Doc has sent to the minor was verified by the journalist. But surprisingly, the information they've actually laid eyes on is less than you realize, like a lot less. If there's a defense for Doc.
Oh, this part I want to see because I'll make a video on these fuckers.
After disrespect, I'm having trouble looking past two major red flags. The first one is when he says, were there intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. What were those false intentions? Was it meeting up? It's exactly what pedos say on To Catch a Predator when they show up to the house.
This man's excuse sounds
so true. How many times have we watched? We went through a To Catch a Predator phase, which I may want. Well, I can never get sick of these episodes.
Sounds pretty old.
And what have you heard about those stories?
That there's pedophilers out there, but that's not my intention to.
Pedophiles. Pedophiles. He called them pedophiles, dude.
I just wanted to have a party and have a good time.
He also takes moral responsibility, with his only defense being anyone who truly
whose channel is demonetized
knows me fucking knows where I stand on those things.
He said that he was messaging a minor and it would sometimes lead to teeter on inappropriate if he knew that was a minor and those were the messages being sent. I cannot support that. I can't.
He basically confirms that.
Yeah, it basically confirms that I am fucking just, if you look up testosterone, you see me, bro.
You know, he was texting an underage girl and it went weird sometimes, you know, and look, just to be blunt and straightforward, man, that's inexcusable. It's unacceptable, right? I can't support it. I can't defend it.
The defense of Doc has also been one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen. There's an email going around defending Doc. It was an anonymous source saying that the girl was 17, but that Doc didn't know the age at the time. And because of the brand name, the messages could be interpreted as inappropriate. That's why in the court proceedings, they settled with no wrongdoings. But this thing's obviously fake because it gets so many details wrong. Like saying that the Twitch whispers were from many weeks prior from his last stream. We know according to Doc himself, it was 3 years prior. This anonymous email has also been called out as fake by Slasher's anonymous source.
Have you seen this email going around, by the way?
I can say it is 100% fake bullshit, just like everything else. Stop believing everything you read on the internet, okay? A primary source says, literally in quotes, LOL in capital letters, this is complete bullshit.
Yet for some reason you have people like Sneeko taking it as a fact. Western culture is hilarious. If someone texts a girl that's 17 years, 11 months old, he gets jumped by the whole industry. But if the same girl waits one more month to sell her body on OnlyFans, she is celebrated by that same industry as an independent queen. Clown world. We do not
So, even though that's not the case, should there be? Oh well, it was around that. There has to be a limit somewhere, Sneeko. The fuck do you want them to do?
I don't know this girl's age. She could be 17 or she could be 15, 13. We have no idea. On top of that, Doc is 42. He would have been 35 at the time. If you're 35 years old and you're trying to hook up with a minor, I'm going to call you the P word. You have all this fame and money, and the only thing you have to do is not message someone who's under 18, and you
Yeah, seriously.
blew it.
I mean, again, it's a sickness. It doesn't justify it. They still should be thrown under the fucking jail, but...
Dr. Disgusting, says Valky Ray. Yuck, says Pokimane. Everyone will hate you, but as soon as that second hits midnight, then she can sign up on OnlyFans, sell her body, and then everyone's going to parade around and say, you go, queen. You're an independent girl boss. Slay. Clown world. I don't know everything about Dr. Disrespect, but what is the, like, let's break it down. Pokimane pretty much does softcore porn for 14-year-old boys.
His audience has to be like 12 to 14. And no, she doesn't. You want to argue fucking what's her name? She's literally selling a beer made from the yeast of her vagina, amaranth. But secondly, stop with that shit. It's still not them doing whatever they're doing on Twitch, so long as they're not violating TOS, is not the fucking same as them trying to hook up with a minor and sexting with a minor using Twitch's Whisper app, which, Jesus Christ, you're a genius, guy. You didn't think that Twitch was going to monitor that and catch on to it? Not too bright. But it's not the same, dude. The amaranth and what Pokimane, just existing, is not the same as someone, a grown-ass man, proactively trying to hook up with an underage girl and fuck her at a convention. The brain-dead 12-year-olds that watch you may buy this shit. Anyone, and I hope to God you don't, because, man, hate to say this because people said the same thing about me, but lucky they did. It was debunked. There may be interesting shit in your the skeletons in your closet if you think this is okay. White knighting for this. The fuck have you done?
Her audience is 95% men who are jerking off the entire stream.
But she's not trying to talk to a 14-year-old boy to hook up with him in a con. That's it. This guy, he's really... Like, he can't be this fucking stupid, actually. He can't be. It's contrived.
Boogie, I want to poke you, Pokey. We're comparing Pokimane, who has simps, and maybe you could argue she could thirst trap, with Dr. Disrespect, who was caught messaging a minor. These are not comparable whatsoever. Even Neon recognizes that.
Pokimane, your audience is just jerking off watching you, and everybody knows that. And you know it. Look at her. She's looking down saying, stop that. Look at that cringe. She's cringing at her simp fans jerking off on the stream all day, and she's aware of it. And then she has...
But she's not telling them to do it. Oh my God.
Has the balls to go.
He has to just have, it's a very profitable thing. He has to just have contrarian takes for the sake of just having them. It works. Look at the outrage.
Dr. Disrespect's a terrible person. But this is my problem with this.
They're both bad people, but like that doesn't.
But nobody cancels Pokimane. There's no hate brigade. Everyone's
she
like
text a 17-year-old.
But she has 13-year-olds off to her, and she's fine with it and monetizing it. How is that any better?
I get that, but what do you want to do now?
So you're supposed to control everything that your audience is doing, is what you're saying? So if you don't do that, you're just as bad as Dr. Disrespect? Get lost.
Like not show her face? Like,
or don't get on a moral high ground about
Dr. I mean, the way she's like, it doesn't look like she's dressed crazy.
You can know. Like, I don't think anybody is. I hope to God not. Like if someone here is jerking off watching, oh God, jerking off watching me, am I telling them to do it? No. Am I going to control everyone who's watching me? No. What are you talking about? You're such a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, but she has no legs to stand on in a moral high ground about Dr. Disrespect when Twitch is 13 plus and her entire chat is jerking off to her and she's aware. She's like right here.
In a perfect world, what do you want her to do?
Don't talk shit about Dr. Disrespect.
How can she?
He just doesn't want her talking shit like he is his king.
Out that does she need to wear a hijab? One is Dr. Disrespect directly participating in the interaction. The other one is Pokimane just existing on camera. Jeremy,
Yeah, that's what he's saying. It's not even like
has been pushing the same.
Someone who is 17 years and 300 days is considered a minor if they are dating it, and in one day is that person a pedo? Imagine if I said that on Twitter. Fuck these people, man.
Lie that the girl was confirmed 17. After Doc admitted to messaging a minor, Jeremy replied, "Firm handshakes." Are you congratulating him, Jeremy? I don't understand. He deleted.
Fucking Willie Mac always goes in on fucking. Wait a second. Willie Mac always goes in on the quartering. Always, dude. Just want to make sure my fucking coffee isn't being left outside. Wait, did that guy already deliver it? No. Good.
Delete this tweet and say, "Spam my firm handshakes reply to him all you want in the replies. I am right. You were all acting like he got caught having sex with a 9-year-old.
None of these people, you're never allowed to talk about me again. You're never allowed. I don't want to hear it. Rich, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything. You know what's something funny? I'd like to thank the people that went into my Dropbox. Here's why. You're pieces of shit, right? And in a way, you don't even realize that you exonerated me. Because you went through a backup folder. Don't you think if there was anything in those folders, they would have just blurred out the faces and been like, and dumped it all over QE Farms and been like, look at the horrible things that Rich has. You didn't do that. So you prove that I didn't have anything. And you also, without even realizing it, proved something else. You went through the backup iPhone folders of teenage girls looking for something. So who's the actual fucking pervert? So thank you. You exonerated me by proving it because you know you would have came out with something and just hid the face. And you make yourself look like fucking weirdos. Thank you. I appreciate that. Genuinely.
Jeremy would reel this back on his YouTube channel, coming up with a conspiracy saying this only came out because Nick Merckx hates trans people.
To my opinion, that the only reason that this finally came out about Doc is because Nick kind of kicked the hornet's nest by saying, leave the kids alone. Nick had said, hey, these, certain types of people are not real people. You're either a boy or you're a girl. And then coincidentally,
I wonder if I got caught in the same situation with Dr. Disrespect, if Jeremy would be jumping out in front of it. Who wants to place bets? A burner phone? So now I have a burner phone filled with pictures. I'm trying to become a rapper. I have a burner phone. I have a burner phone? Where? What burner phone is this? I now have a burner phone. You realize Jay himself debunked all this, right? Go away. Go away. You lose. You absolutely have lost in this one. There is no coming back, because if you had something, you would have came forward with it, because there is no honor among you fucking thieves, and you know it. Keep grasping at those straws, son. Anyway, speaking of straw grasping, here's a man defending a literal pedophile.
only a few days later, they released what the real reason Doc was banned for. Now, I assume that means they probably didn't have anything on Nick, and they figured the best way to hurt him would be to hurt his friend. These people who are moralizing on Twitter about it and celebrating it, they never cared about.
Everybody, announce it from the rooftops. Jeremy is a pedo defender. Literally, here it is.
Protecting kids. They never cared about what Doc did. They cared that Doc's friend dunked on the LGBTQ community.
I feel like Nick's been doing that once a week for the past 5 months. There's no correlation here. It's always got to loop back to trans people. Or the trans
Lol. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter. The truth matters. It doesn't matter what you think. No, but dude. All right, man, I'm just blocking you, bro. I have facts. You have a giant fucking pussy between your legs. End of discussion. Have a great day. Have a great day. You're fans of a rapist, by the way. We all know, yeah, dude. I have a burner. I have all. Listen, I have all of my porn on a flip phone. Dude, that actually, remember, it wasn't underage porn, but there was a dad, I think, from a GameStop in the UK. And he bought it for his kid, and there was just normal porn on there, but that's not what you want to buy for your kid. Oh my God. Listen. Accuse me of things that have been debunked and that actually make the person who tried to find dirt on me look worse. Anyway. Oh, really? He had a flat earth debate on his channel? Yeah, dude, I'm the granny porn guy. I got caught in 4K. Yeah, you know what was funny is that, yeah, I am an airhead, but what happened with that computer, and Jay admitted this, is that as much as I could be an airhead, whenever I give a piece of technology up, there's maybe only been 2 or 3 times, and I think it was because it was people that I trusted, that I was like, fuck it, I'm in a rush, just reset the computer. I always reset the computers, and I was just like, it's Jay. Who cares? It's like, there's nothing on there that I have to hide. So look, you guys just reset the computer when you get it. And that's it. That's all it was.
people under your bed right now, Jeremy. No matter what the ex-employee's motives were, it's good that this is out. Now, even though this whole subject made Jeremy look like a clown at best and a freak at worst, I still agree with his video in principle.
What I'm saying is, let me see the message.
It's so funny when those X video links came up. You know, you had people fucking clamoring all over those themselves to try to hope that it was something damning. And they're like, it's just big titty jilf and MILF porn. God damn it. Why can't you be creepy, Rich?
If the messages really are as bad as the left and the mainstream media want you to believe.
The left, yes, this is about politics. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Hey, again, Jeremy, I'm just going to bring it up loud and clear. Ask him this question. If I got caught doing the same thing, would you be defending right now? Would you be defending me in white knighting? Ooh, teacher, I got the answer. No, you be the first making 60 fucking videos calling me a pedophile. But you know what? Your audience is so fucking brain dead that it'll just go vroom, just like with Vosh, with the creepy fucking shit that he got caught with. You're defending a pedophile. Vosh got caught with whatever the fuck he got caught with. But they're so devout that they won't care.
They've all clearly seen them. And if you put them out there and they really are, the the bad of the bad, then it's over, right? It's just done.
And it begs the question, why didn't Twitch make this clear from the start and have the journalist even seen anything? The answers are concerning.
La da da, a toast to the bad guy. With bad bitches, the bad times will pass by.
Problem with the main journalist on this story is that he's always leading people on as if he knows more than he actually does, ultimately confusing the story. When asked what is the age of the girl, Slasher, aka Rod, gives a non-answer.
Do you know the age of the person?
Was not used in the reporting.
Are they 17 or are they younger than 17?
I do not have comment.
What do you mean you don't have a comment? Do you know or not? Okay, how about this? Why didn't Twitch say anything allowing this alleged predator to roam freely for 4 years, paying him millions in the process?
Yeah, seriously. That's something that the T should have definitely been spelt on instead of giving him another 4 fucking years to potentially find another victim. There has to be some circumvent, if there's an NDA that they can circumvent that, but
all of this was about protecting the victim. Okay, that is why Twitch has never said anything. They will never say anything, not just about this case, but any of the other sexual misconduct, harassment, or assault cases that have ever happened on this platform, whether it's Method Josh or Hashinshin or Doc or anyone else.
That is very different, as Method Josh had screenshots and receipts backing up the allegations. And Shinshin has Twitch whispers that leaked of him talking to a 15-year-old while he was 26, saying she should watch him without pants on. Twitch confirmed that this is
fuck is wrong with these people?
Why they banned him. It is the opposite of what Slasher is saying. With Doc, there's nothing, and the fact that Twitch willingly paid out makes them look bad, like they mishandled this whole thing.
The responsibility of trust and safety and the legal and law enforcement employees that work for these companies, they are to protect the victim. They're to make sure the victims are anonymous and to make sure the victims are safe. The only reason we know about certain other cases is because those victims came forward. The victim never wanted to come forward or be involved in this situation. That is why Twitch had never said anything, and they will continue to never say anything.
Right, but if the evidence didn't come forward in these other cases, these guys would still be around with clean reputations. Also, how does releasing the messages endanger the victim? Just redact the name. Then we wouldn't have 4 more years of potentially new victims. Destiny would challenge Slasher on this, and he wouldn't have a good answer.
A lot of the piece is to contextualize why Twitch was unable to say anything and why they do not say anything, and why something like the logs.
My drink got here. One of them has to be refrigerated. Give me like 45 seconds to a minute. Oh, look, that's me. God damn it, I'm beautiful. All right, I'll be right back. And yes, I'll give you music this time. trying to make a coffee and she went the hell out of my way. Friggin' pug wouldn't get the hell out of my way. Oh man. I can't believe there's people defending him. And what makes it even like, this is the guy last year that was like jumping in front of Nick Merckx. Remember the whole thing where the Proud Boys were at the Pride Parade? It is full screen, isn't it? It's full screen. I know, because I had to make the coffee.
Are never going to come out, nor should you want to see them.
But is there an answer that's good, or is it just like to protect the victim thing?
Well, they're the two main answers, and all that it needs to be focused on is that, quote unquote, it not only endangers the victim, which needs to be the priority, Destiny. It's not for.
Wait, how does it endanger the victim?
Any potential for the victim to be identified.
How could it possibly lead to the victim being identified?
There is no reason. So Slasher just starts making up new reasons for why these messages can't be released.
Oh, come on, Slasher. I defended you and you're going to be an idiot again?
It's suddenly illegal to show the messages.
People should not and cannot demand information and access to when not only should they not have it, but a lot of times it is illegal. Okay?
But then because Doc knows who the person was, right?
Yes, but the public doesn't. Nobody else does.
Yeah, but how is the public seeing a personal DM going to like clue them in? Like, do we have?
It is illegal to publicly show underage minors and their conversations.
There's no shot that's illegal.
What law is he citing? I don't know. Everyone disagrees. No one can find anything. If there was nude sent or illegal material, I would understand. But Twitch has already reported this incident to authorities, and apparently there is no investigation.
When it was initially reported, all reports.
So I guess from illegal, but he was planning to meet up. Wouldn't that be like some Chris Hansen caliber shit?
With CSCA or CSAM are reported.
Okay.
To the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children.
Okay, so there is a report on Dr. Disrespect.
Ah, Slasher, all the goodwill you were getting back, you ruined it again.
Respect the National Center.
The legal process after, again, no court records have ever been found. I've never been able to get law enforcement to comment or even acknowledge that a thing exists. Do not have details on where it went after.
Just to be clear, though, those are just reports, right? So, like, for instance, if I think that Forethought has been engaged in bad behavior in my subreddit, like, I would make that report to them. They would have that report filed. That doesn't mean anything. It's just a report, right?
Well, Nick Mick automatically works with all law enforcement organizations.
Sure, I'm just saying that, like, a report is just a report. It doesn't necessarily mean that, like, something happened. It just means somebody felt like they had an obligation to make that report, right?
Yeah, well, Twitch is obligated to make that report.
Now, just because nothing came from this doesn't mean Doc isn't guilty. It just means what he did wasn't illegal. That is why it's important for the court.
So now that makes me question, though, because if he was planning in these whispers or any kind of messaging to meet up at a con, doesn't that... Whatever.
Court of public opinion to have evidence so they can make a proper decision. Inappropriate messages with minors get posted all the time as part of other stories. I don't know why this one would be any different or why it would be illegal, but either way, when Doc chose to sue Twitch, they had the option to take things to discovery where the messages could leak through a legal avenue. Slasher says they didn't because they wanted to protect the victim.
Twitch's responsibility ultimately will always be on the victim and to try to do what they can, and specifically...
Yeah, this is where these video essays lose me, because no one here is a fucking expert. You know what I mean?
In this case, because it involved a minor,
unless a lawyer with credentials gets involved, I'm taking this all as nothing burgers.
Having it always be as anonymous as possible, and their safety was their primary importance.
Sure, you can say...
Not that what he did was a nothing burger, but you get my point.
All of this, but, like... Twitch could have literally just said, like, we've terminated the contract with Dr. Disrespect because we found out that he was engaged in, like, illicit sexual contact with underage people. Like, I don't know how that statement endangers the victim. Like, Doc already knows that personally. He knows 100% why his contract was terminated. So I don't know how that...
If they give the specifics here, then they're obligated to give specifics on many other very delicate, strong situations.
Wait, why? No, they're not.
Is it completely necessary that Twitch or another tech company is responsible for giving specifics, especially in a case like this?
Is it completely necessary? I mean, like, probably not necessary. It's just, like, nice for, like, the public safety, I guess.
Well, if they want to protect future victims as well as the current one, I would say it's necessary.
I don't know legally where that goes.
As it involves a minor in this case, they can legally even...
I mean... ethically, yeah, they could have jumped in front of him going after someone else. That's not
say what that hypothetical statement giving out.
You literally can't make a statement whatsoever.
The whole argument he's making is a paradox. He's like, the reason Twitch can't leak it is because they need to protect the victim. That's why Cody's so awesome for leaking it.
He is a very upstanding individual. I can say that there is no NDA and that he really he walked his dog, came home and said, "It will do it live," and made the tweet. There is actually no like contractual reason why this happened. It is left ambiguous about what his tweet even means to this day anyway. That tweet did not happen. Primary sources and a certain document, which I have received and other journalists have received that is floating out there, would not have been revealed without the tweet.
He then reveals that Cody has never seen the messages.
Cody, by the way, is a secondhand source. So Cody was never a primary source. Cody, I can say, never saw the whispers directly. Cody never saw the trust and safety document that has been going around. Cody, for example, was never a primary source. Okay, Cody, as a person, was always a secondhand person.
Yeah, this part's losing me. Like, fuck is Cody?
To gain knowledge from somebody else.
Are you say he didn't?
Slasher is... forgot his real name. They just said it there. He's like a live stream industry insider. Kind of. Yeah, I'm lost too. I'm lost as fuck right now. This is like, I don't know.
Have firsthand of this. Wasn't he head of partnerships at Twitch?
It does.
So he would like give updates on big streamers and what they're doing. And I think like esports stuff that I could give less of a fuck about.
Doesn't matter.
So he didn't know then, for sure. He had no idea. No first.
So trust and safety is going to be separate. Trust and safety is going to be separate.
But you're saying that he didn't talk to this guy or see this stuff for himself.
No.
So the only public nameable source has not seen the messages. That's crazy. So the new excuse becomes, well, we can't show them because that'll interfere with the legal case.
Trust and safety and enforcement ops and, you know, a lot of things I talk about, like them doing the work that they...
But maybe that's an actual reason. Like, none of us are lawyers.
He did is why
I don't know.
Everyone had been in the dark this whole time. If things had gotten out earlier, if you had wanted Twitch to explain, that would have compromised the entire
Cody was the one who leaked about it on
case,
Twitter,
and that would compromise everyone else that is there.
He doesn't elaborate any farther. He's already said that there was no legal case or investigation, so what could be compromised? He's seemingly making up new reasons every minute. When that doesn't work, Slasher's new talking point is to say you should never want to see the messages. You're weird for even asking. Just blindly believe journalists.
It is not the public's duty to know all this information. It can be the duty of journalists like myself and Cecilia to try to do good work while respecting the victim and trying to get information out to the public at the same time.
I mean, the one thing that is true is that if you're not putting out, if there's no pictures or anything else, you're not putting out anything. But again, we're not lawyers.
But sources are under no obligation to speak to journalists and to do anything. Their obligation is always for the victims in these situations. I just want to try to get that type of context out there. A lot of the piece is to contextualize why Twitch was unable to say anything and why they do not say anything, and why something like the logs are never going to come out, nor should you want to see them. Even in general, it should
Why wouldn't you? So again, I don't want to see if there's pictures or anything, but yeah, I'd want to see what the piece of shit was saying.
Could be that you don't want to see conversations for minors to try to like have to prove to you or anyone on the internet about how contextually this conversation is okay or not as bad or whatever. For you to want to have to see it is not a realistic thing that you or anyone else on the internet should ever expect.
Eventually, he just says these messages won't leak. In fact, they don't even exist anymore, so stop asking.
If they don't see the actual whispers and messages that happened.
Yes, I saw. The election's over. Trump won.
They'll never be like convinced, and that is not going to happen. From what I understand, those do not exist. All right, those are not, at least from the people that I have talked to, if they exist, they do not.
Maybe Tox Mod, maybe he went to somewhere else besides. Maybe he grew enough of a brain and asked for the pictures in a different way than whispers.
Know that they exist. You will never see
What's
them.
up, Zero? How are you?
You could. Some ex-employee.
No, that would be insane.
So you know what? I will trust the journalist. As long as they have verified the content with their own eyes, that's good enough for me. But they haven't. I want you to listen through this hypothetical.
Can I ask you a question on this thing? So let's...
I mean, it's over, man. He won. Especially with that photo op. Oh, come on.
I give you firsthand information about Destiny, okay? And I show you stuff, but I don't let you make a copy. But you know now this is legit shit. So I show you a video of Destiny stomping on puppies, and it's like the most fucked up shit you've ever seen, but you know this is legit. Like, you can't deepfake what I just showed you. You're throwing up. It's so fucking unbelievably. And he's sitting there saying, yeah, look, dogs, doesn't matter. I eat them for meat. Why would I care about them here? Like, the whole thing, it's real. I've shown you this. I'm obviously a good friend of Destiny, the whole thing, but I'm like, listen, I can't give you a copy of this. He knows I'm the only one who has a copy. I don't even know why he sent it to me. Are you going to report on it?
No.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Slasher, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, I'd report the shit out of that.
I need the copy of the tape.
Wow, that's a very high bar for verification. I respect that. So I figured Slasher must have the messages. So I asked him, Slasher, I need to know, do you have the messages? Have you seen them? Do you know who may have them? He says, I do not have the messages. Only a very few have access within Twitch. I told him that I don't understand why the messages couldn't be leaked, and he replied, that seems very misguided. I don't know why people are clamoring for this. He reiterates that we have to trust what Twitch is doing, and that someone in his position as a journalist has completely verified the information, and it has passed both the journalistic and legal bar. If you noticed, he's not answering my questions, so I repeat myself. Just to verify, you did see them with your own eyes. He ignores me and tells me I could track down primary sources, but he won't tell me where to start. So I ask the same question again. Just to clarify, you saw the messages with your own eyes. This is not some word of mouth shit. And he replies, the whispers and statements were seen by sources who had direct knowledge / access to them. Remember when I said that Slasher loves giving off the perception that he's more credible than he actually is? I repeat myself for the 4th time. But did you see them? Please be direct. And he finally says, no, I mentioned that already. Really? Because I had a different interpretation when you said you completely verified the information. Our definition of the word verify.
With primary sources, though, you didn't outline that part. With primary sources. It doesn't mean he read them. It's right there in the right after you highlighted. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be like abrasive just to be abrasive.
Is not the same. Does anyone else feel like this is a problem? This is being pitched as a case closed allegation. Cody, the ex-employee who broke the story, has not seen the messages. Slasher, the journalist who's been taking all the credit, has not seen the messages. The Bloomberg journalist has not seen the messages. Twitch apparently can't release the messages because it will compromise the victim. Twitch apparently can't redact the messages because it would be illegal. Twitch apparently can't give a statement because that will ruin the legal case. Oh, but also there is no case or investigation taking place. All of this is stemming from an anonymous source that used to work at Twitch's Trust and Safety. But the only damning part of this story is Doc's tweet responding to Cody, admitting he inappropriately messaged a minor. Look, Twitch has screwed up this entire story. Slasher defending him, saying they paid him out, let him exist for 4 years growing on another platform, all because the victim didn't want her anonymous messages to get out there, is like saying the police chose to let a murderer get away because the family doesn't want to relive the trauma. It's stupid because it's potentially putting public safety at risk. So what does this mean? People like me are going to read in between the lines and assume these messages are...
I mean, yeah, that is true. The fact that this didn't get out there, this gave Doc another 4 years. Not call him fucking Doc. Guy Beam. Fuck that stupid name. Fuck his stupid persona. Gave Guy Beam another 4 years that he could have done it again. And don't tell me he didn't try. It's almost guaranteed that he did. It's almost absolutely guaranteed that he did.
Are way worse than Doc is letting on. That the anonymous sources are probably right. But the reality is when Doc comes back, he says he's going to come back. He's going to frame it like...
I'm going to have a birthday stream on Monday. No, I'm not going to be wearing a hat. When I'm starting, I don't know. My mom might be coming home that day. It depends. She's doing better. But she either is coming home Monday or may have to stay there for a couple more days. They want to make sure that all of the infection is out of her system, which it basically is. No, I'm not wearing, I don't do, didn't Phil put up like party favors? No, we're just going to be, I'll play Elden Ring and do some crazy shit. We'll watch, Eric wrestle. I know he loves that.
Like this. The tweet I made was panicked and had to be purposely vague. The messages were simply out of context jokes that maybe leaned inappropriate at times, but nothing more. It's...
Oh. Shut the fuck up, dude. Why would you be doing that with someone who's not of age? Give me a break.
It's not serious. Nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed. Twitch says they gave it to authorities, but there was no charges. I'd like to give more context, but I'm tied to legal obligations. I didn't do anything wrong. No wrongdoings were found, and Twitch paid me. I would bet money that this is a statement, and without evidence, this is really hard to dispute. People like me have nothing to point to besides anonymous sources and journalists who haven't seen anything. The public will believe Doc because that's the only information that will exist.
I hate being seen in no MAGA hat, even as a joke. I would wear a Trump wig, though.
Shame on you, Dr. Disrespect! Shame on you for what you do!
People are not going to believe journalists just because they say so. There's been too many cases where the reality turned out different than the allegation initially led on.
I don't know. Who the fuck are these people? Who is this? I'm sure someone here will know.
Shame on you for what you do!
People are not going to believe journalists just because they say so. There's been too many cases where the reality turned out
Ban Amber Heard start, please.
different than the...
Who is this? Who the fuck is this? Does anyone know who? What did he do? It ain't Bo Blacks. What did he do? Who the fuck is Call Me Carson? What did he do? I'm looking at the chat. I wanted to see what did he do. Of course, he's in my...
The allegation initially led on.
Who is this guy? Who the fuck is this? On this episode of Rich is a Boomer. Oh my Toby turn.
And these cases frankly had more evidence. Slasher is just not a good journalist. He would go on his sound stream to promote his article and he would say that Doc was arrested because of this story.
I did get a DM about an hour ago from someone who lives in Encientas, near
Abby was taking a nap, everybody.
Near Rancho Santa Fe. That is the area that Dr. Disrespect lives in.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent me a screenshot from his next door
Oh yeah, me. I definitely look like I was a former femboy, Sue.
which is in that area. And there is a comment. This was from 11 a.m. this morning, so this is before like my article came out.
Yeah, I think the assassination attempt is fucking unacceptable. I don't think any political opponent should be taken out. I have a lot of questions about it though. Anyway.
There is a comment that says, "We just saw Dr. Disrespect in handcuffs. He lives right there. Assuming it has something to do with the accusations."
He's doing that thing where he's making it sound like he has some credible source. He doesn't. It's just a next door post. Even Hassan's like, dude, you're not helping out your credibility with this.
I cannot confirm or verify anything, but this is coming from someone who is in that next door. And this is from
bro. Okay, listen. I didn't hear that. I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like I don't know. I don't know how to respond to this. Okay, I can't believe you just dropped that in here because
yeah, casually without confirming it, journalist. All right, Slasher, you're a fucking clown, and you deserved all the hate that you got. This could have been your redemption arc, deservedly so, I may add, but now you squandered it again, like just throwing shit out there, like some other people that I know.
If that is untrue, this is like you're squandering all of the cultural capital that you're winning back by being correct on this matter for the past 4 years.
Towards the end of the interview, a viewer would point out that this was fake, and Slasher would just ignore it, continuing to promote his article.
The next door screenshot about Doc being arrested is fake. It's a fake screenshot. I didn't even show the next door screenshot. But I don't, like I said, that is like unconfirmed anyway. I would not run with that. Other words,
Thank you for reading, everyone. Please go click and give me traffic if you have not while I'm here.
Of course.
The top comment of Slasher's interview says, "You could tell me that Slasher has never known anything about this entire situation, and I would 100% believe you. He's a terrible journalist, and if he never returned to cover the story, there would be less confusion. He keeps talking as if he knows things when he doesn't."
Who do you think is winning the Drake and Kendrick?
Yeah. Like, especially knowing how politically divided we are. How the fuck did that even begin to happen that he could have been in the line of fire? I don't know. Again, totally unacceptable. No political opponent should have to worry about their life being taken out because that threatens democracy more than anything, in my opinion. But it's how most dictators, they would instill fear in people and would bludgeon and murder anybody who questioned them. And so people would stop questioning them. But of course I have questions. It'd be naive of me not to have questions.
Lamar Beef says, "I'm just random. Drake's winning."
In conclusion, I place a lot of blame on Twitch, and I think there's two distinct possibilities for what happened. One is that Doc is 100% guilty. The anonymous sources are dead on. They get the report, they want to cut ties with him, but they don't want the bad press of one of their biggest stars being a pedo. This is a dark reality, meaning that Twitch covered up this guy soliciting a minor for their brand. The second possibility is that Twitch staff saw inappropriate messages, they reported it to authorities, and they banned them. But maybe those messages weren't as explicit depending on your interpretation. And Twitch's lawyers realized this put him in a legally tricky situation, so they settled and paid out. In both scenarios, the Twitch employees are telling the truth, but in option 2, Doc is telling the truth as well. I personally think that he only came out with this statement vaguely admitting to stuff because he thought the messages were going to leak after Cody's post. I'm 75% leaning towards the first theory, but I guess we'll never know. Everyone agrees on one thing though, if the DMs don't leak, Doc is going to be able to set the narrative for his comeback.
Is there some bizarro world that he gets?
No, how would he be able to set for his comeback? He admitted that he did this. There's no fucking coming back from this. No.
It's more popular.
I don't know.
When he returns to streaming.
If you were to ask me this question,
we're moving on from Doc after this. Yeah, there's nothing else to be said about this. He admitted to it. He's a piece of shit. He should have no chance to have a career again. I don't think you can't admit to it out of your own mouth. If he never admitted to it and tried to keep it vague and no one ever came out with definitive proof, he may have had a chance. I don't see how he can come back from this. And if he does, then people are just hypocritical pieces of shit.
Ask me this question, 5 days ago, I would have said no. But considering that I have seen so much defense of Dr. Disrespect's actions from people who understand the situation and yet still defend him, and people who, like, I guess, are voluntarily misunderstanding the situation and defend him, I don't know. Maybe there is a market for this sort of thing.
By misunderstanding, he means people who want to see the evidence. It's hard to blame them because no public source has seen the messages. Evidence matters. Well, there you go, the full doc story. Now you could drum up your own conclusions. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the home.
My own conclusions is that he did it. And it's simple because he admitted to it. If he didn't admit to it, should we do... Here, I'll start a poll. Let me move this out of the way before it spills on my roadcaster and I cry like a bitch. Next. 80s dating videos still being man. Is StreamLabs on? I believe so. The last StreamLabs I got was 2 hours ago. Unless here, I'll do a test. Let's see. Alert. Stupid thing. How do you test this now? Because they completely changed the UI.
Kevin donated $55. This is a test donation for $55.
Yeah, it's working. It's working. Juicy boots dropping the stealth. It is too fucking hot. Dude, it's weird. It's like we're watching a lot of fucking major implosions from YouTube, man. Oh wow. Well, good. I got the 80s dating videos on deck already. We'll wait a couple minutes. Yeah, I just think people are just bored of Phil. I think it's just like, all right, enough is enough. What's happening with Low Tier God? I heard some murmurs about Low Tier God. No, I don't think Phil's stupidity makes him, even like the controller thing, makes him fascinating. Well, the thing with Tipster, if we're talking about Tipster, is that everyone knows that he doesn't stand for anything. He doesn't stand for a fucking thing. It's just like, where can I be today that people will accept me? And then how many times is he caught being fucking horny behind the scenes? You know? Wow, it's actually 50-50. How many votes? We get to 200 votes, I'll make the decision. It is. Damn, I'm actually shocked. See, that's where, look, you could hate low tier God, and he has said and done some pretty shitty stuff. Why the fuck are you, what is it? Your business. His finances, unless he talks about them. And even then, even like with Phil, yeah, I know that he makes that his selling point, kind of like someone else that we've been talking about tonight. But it doesn't give you the right to break into someone's bank account. It just doesn't. Once you have a grilled cheese sandwich, you can not like him all you want to. Like, yeah, I know I've seen the shit that he said flat out on multiple occasions, so he can't hide behind it was a one-off. But that's not okay. Because there's way too many people with way too much fucking time on their hands is what it is. Like, it's not okay to go just do that because you don't like somebody. Yeah, there's a lot of people that I don't like. I ain't breaking into someone's fucking bank account. I'm not going after it. I'm not, like, once I leave here, I'm done. People are saying, they've been saying it's too hard. They actually nerfed it a little bit. Thank you. I am loved by cat. Wait, which cat? Not leave YouTube. Like, once I leave this screen, I'm not like going beyond. I mean, there were certain back and forths that happened recently where things went beyond YouTube because it was beyond YouTube. But if there's like an internet personality that like said something about me, so long as it wasn't like fake shit and damaging, who gives a fuck? Who cares? Pat the end. Okay, Pat doesn't like me. Who fucking cares? Beyond this, I ain't doing a goddamn thing. Even 8-Bit Eric. Beyond here, I don't fucking care. You know, what's up, Josh Jones? What's good? And it's kind of funny being away for as long as I've really been away. And it's interesting is I almost took a step back to the point where I was just becoming a content consumer. And man, and knowing what you know, being on the other side too, it's like, oh my God, this fucking YouTubers are fucking shit. Phil won. No. Yeah, I said 200 votes. No, did I say 250? Let's do a real 45 more votes. Let's do that. 45 more votes. I did say 200.
Homies over on Patreon: Phoebes, Crimson Glass, Riveter, Christina Vina, Mac Monkey, Drain Kobex, Necro Valley, Stefan Bildman, Abby Blackbird, The Confusing Opinion, Eddie Bizzle, Tiz McFitz, Christopher H, TV Anthology Reviews, Kenkel Morse, Sennial Music.
What's the whole thing going on with Rick Beato, by the way? How about we just do both? We'll watch Phil, and then we'll watch Love Connection. We'll do both. Why not both? Enough votes. And plus, it was basically even anyway.
Please use the suggestion box for the following reasons, all right? Number one, there's something you feel that I could be doing. I mean, look how many things have improved and changed over the last several years as a result of your suggestions. They did not use their brains when they made this joystick at all. In any way, shape, or form. This is like a brainless design. I'm not happy. If you guys can't tell, I'm definitely not happy.
Bill?
First of all, let's talk about the suggestion.
Is StreamLabs, I mean, it's working in theory. Is it fucked in the ass again tonight? How long ago did you send the StreamLabs? Oh, no, I just saw it now, Dark Crusader. My apologies. Dude, who the fuck knows what's gonna happen? I'm paying attention to my fucking own, man. That's it.
Box, because over the last couple of months, people keep saying, hey, are you ever going to do suggestion box? And every once in a while we do it, but what happens is when the suggestion box gets so loaded with suggestions and it ends up being 2-3 months old, you get so many outdated things in there that it doesn't really make sense to really look at it anymore.
Yeah, it's almost like you set the entire suggestion box system up in such a way that it becomes a hassle if you aren't regularly doing that segment. The question is really whether that was an intended outcome.
You wouldn't change anything anyway, Phil, unless you absolutely had to.
Or not. Was this an example of Phil playing 5D chess, or is this yet another example of DSP's poor ability to plan? The world really will never know. What I do know is that this video is titled Dismantling the $300 Fight Stick, and I assure you that that is what this video is about, but I just had to include this because
I'm actually shocked he took that apart. Phil is not a taking apart man. He's just not.
Because you know by now, the suggestion box is one of my favorite segments. The mere mention of it is enough to make my ears perk up, and that's a rarity for DSP's content.
Like, I was looking at it yesterday morning very briefly, and it was a whole bunch of outdated stuff, some of which things that have already happened, things that we've already done or changed. And I'm like, yeah. So I think what we need to do is make a new suggestion box. Okay, so I did. There is a brand new suggestion box on the community tab here of DSP Gaming. You can access that by typing !suggestion in the chat right now. It'll bring up the Nightbot command where you can click on it, go right to the thread and post up your suggestions. And
I like this tribal intro. I like this tribal intro. My name is Abi, and I like the tribal intro.
If you're not live on stream, well, I posted it today. It is on the community tab.
No, Phil spreads his cheeks and Cat takes apart his ass with a strap on. Why did I just say that? That was just impulsive. That was
it is a little bit harder to access that way. I'm not sure.
Phil gets pegged. Oh, yo, I have this video. It's the funniest shit, dude. Where this guy who's like at like a rally talking about like racism and stuff like that. He's like, yeah, we were doing this and we were doing that. And the guy interviewing him is like, oh, that's cool. Do you like getting pegged? And he just walks away. It was great. I love shit like that.
Exactly how I could always have a running link somewhere that's not on the stream. I guess I'll have to think about that.
You know, this entire situation could have been avoided if he had just, I don't know, accepted comments, criticism, and suggestions on a regular basis through either the stream chat or his comment section. Obviously, he couldn't do that, though. Dude has to protect his family or something like that. But I believe this is the second time now that he's refreshed the suggestion box. Refreshed, of course, referring to the fact that he posts an entirely new suggestion box every so often whenever he deems the former suggestions outdated. Of course, the reality is that he's either too lazy to find understand where he was in the suggestions from the last time, where the remaining ones were too mean or lengthy for him to read on stream. Neither of those are particularly valid reasons to cast these suggestions aside, but DSP doesn't seem to care, and neither does his audience. And if they're not gonna hold him accountable, he's really just gonna do whatever he wants whenever he wants. It's his stream, stupid. I just don't see what good is actually gonna come out of creating an entirely new suggestion box though, because I'm sure that the trolls are gonna just paste their old ones into the new one completely.
And when he gets actual suggestions that are constructive criticism that he doesn't agree with, he treats them as trolls anyway.
Defeating the purpose of this entire
literally
charade. But anyway,
remember someone said they were going to be in the same city as him and he thought that was a threat? How dare you threaten me? Philip, no one was threatening you. They were just saying, I want to be in the same city as you. They're going to knock door to door looking for you.
In regards to this community post, please use the suggestion box for the following reasons, all right? Number one, there's something you feel that I could be doing, like a show or a game or something I'm not currently doing, and you think that I should do it and it would be fun. Number two, you have some constructive criticism. Maybe I'm doing something right now that you don't particularly like the way I'm doing it.
When is Abi not horny? So long as he doesn't become a Derich, then I'm fine.
You feel that there's reasons why, and you'd like to share those reasons and explain how I can improve what I'm doing. Those are suggestions. You understand?
Yes, actually, but I thought when we were doing the suggestion box originally, game suggestions were frowned upon, for good reason actually. In fact, if I recall correctly from the last time he did a refresh, he reiterated that the suggestion box was explicitly not for video game suggestions, because by the time that he would get to them, they would be completely
fart is sparkly mist. Actually, I think that if I had like, if I put glitter in between my cheeks and had a really airy, powerful fart, I think that could happen, Sue.
Irrelevant. I know that he's inconsistent.
What do you mean he got, like someone bought him a $400 stick? So he already has it replaced?
Consistent on, well, everything, but he seemed to understand last time why game suggestions weren't a good idea. Apparently he's completely forgotten, so I hope you're ready for the next suggestion box where people ask him to play a bunch of games.
Someone bought him? Yo, how does this man do it? How does this man do it? It's incredible. I mean, at the end of the day, he's not Boogie, though.
That he's not interested in.
And he's not Dr. Disrespect.
Playing, so he can just shut them all down in the blink of an eye. And did we really need all of the pig-splaining of what constructive criticism really is? Because even if you were to break down your suggestion in the most detailed way possible, line by line...
Someone already bought him a new stick. And the thing is, the reason that stick wasn't working is because he pounded on it like a fucking angry child. Oh man, the internet is a weird fucking place. It really is.
Explaining how DSP could improve and change for the better, he'd say how you're obsessed in the...
Yeah, maybe, like I've always said, like the 5 horny men thing. Remember that joke I always used to use? I'm sure there is some people in his audience that have some weird fetish thing with him. Like, there's probably more people beating off the Phil than Pokimane. There's no, the applause would ruin that. Probably true, though. Because to be watching Phil, you're watching him because you want to suck his nipples. Or you're a detractor. You either want to suck Phil's nipples or you're a detractor. And I'm sure there are detractors that also would want to suck Phil's nipples. I'm just saying.
Post is too...
Some of you motherfuckers, I know for a fact, are making teacher salaries out of Clip and Phil. So you would suck his nipples. Please believe me.
Long and he can't be bothered to read it.
I'm sorry that I have to clarify what a suggestion is, because I thought people understood what they were, but I was wrong. Because previously in this suggestion box, we would get people posting up 10 paragraphs. I wish that was an exaggeration. A post this long.
That's why they get so emotional too. It's not, yeah, some of them are just in a fucking pignosis cult. but you're also fucking with their money. You know how emotional people get when you fuck with their money. So the whole thing of, I'm not saying all of them, okay? There's a lot of them that don't really make shit, okay? I would say 90, but there are some of them that are making bank. So they don't want you. Smooches increases life. Listen, I need breasts in my face, and I'm not apologizing for saying that. Oh my God. Turbo Express, I missed. Listen, Abby will buy you a butt plug. Please no.
Basically is just a bunch of gripes. Oh, I don't like that. You ask for contributions. Oh, your podcast is too long. Oh, I don't like when you complain about this. None of those are suggestions. Literally not a single one is a suggestion. Those are complaints. Those are gripes. That's a bitch session.
Well, not when you word them like.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's like what he did with my email. Phil takes things and filters them into complaints. So in his mind, he's like, oh, they're complaining, so I don't have to listen.
Like that, but when you read them in the original posts, they are. This is exactly what I was talking about. The reason that these posts are 10 paragraphs is that these people are giving detailed reasoning for everything, trying to convince DSP that the changes they are asking for are actually for the better. It's a real damned if you do, damned if you don't style situation. If it's straight to the point, he says you're just complaining and didn't provide valid feedback, and when you do provide actual feedback, it's too long and it's still just complaining. It's almost like he enjoys complaining and it's the majority of his content at this point or something.
Okay, the suggestion box is not meant to be a bitch session. There's no point in doing that, because unless you can tell me, here's how you can improve, and here's why what you're doing is wrong, change it this way for the better, and here's why, then there's no...
He didn't fix the stick, and he just assumed he could take the arcade stick, the stick portion out of the Hori and put it in his other arcade stick. Like, that's not how it works, Phil. Unless they're known for having swappable parts. And Hori, as far as I know, is not known for that. But of course, Phil turned it into, you know, oh, I'll never buy from this company again because they won't work with Hori's garbage shit.
There's no point in posting. I don't need to see you sit there and complain for 10 paragraphs. I'm not going to read it and waste my time, you know?
He's really acting as though the length of time is the deciding factor on whether a post is or isn't a waste of his time, when he should be far more concerned with the actual contents of the post. At no point either does he stop to wonder why or how someone could possibly have 10 well thought out complaints for his oh so wonderful streams. Anybody else would see something like that and really reevaluate what it is they're doing, but for DSP, it really was just Tuesday.
I'm looking for people who enjoy the content. That's the key thing. If you already don't enjoy the content, right? You're not going to enjoy it. Even if I completely change the content and who I am, you're still going to complain. I mean, you're already catered, or
that's not necessarily true.
Or what's the word? Conditioned to not like the content. You're still not going to like it. There's no point in posting 27 gripes, okay?
That's just not true, though. You can absolutely hate someone and their content and still have valid critiques and offer suggestions that would actually improve things. I might not like the guy, but I think a green screen would make his streams far more interesting, if used properly, of course. I think consistently...
Could you pick... I want to see Phil in like a meadow. Get a green screen and be in a meadow.
Doing segments every single day on the pre-stream would provide some much needed structure, and I'm not just talking about doing the schedule talk every single day. In fact, if I had a third suggestion, it would be to remove the schedule segment altogether. That just means that it's clear I'm a troll though, because he's already debunked numerous times how the schedule has to be repeated every day with no exception. Completely ignore the fact that there's a command in chat you can do whenever you want if you need to see the schedule, and that he updates his schedule post every...
He is obsessed with the schedule. His obsession with the schedule is not
single day as well.
But me.
Normal. And the new arcade stick he's already on his way to destroying, Nature-Based is telling me. I believe it.
If you liked the content at one point and something changed about it and you'd like to express, oh, I'm sad because it changed.
And I bet you the person that donated a stick was probably beating their dick feverishly as he was like, oh yeah, open that stick, Phil. Oh, yeah.
here's what I used to like. Maybe we could get it back. Or, hey, I like this, but
I think I'd be more privy to worrying about a green screen if I did more gaming. Because I just kind of do what I want to here. I think this is kind of a better setup.
it could be better if you did this instead. Or, hey, I'd really like it if you do this game. Maybe you never heard of it, and here's a suggestion because maybe it's just not in your radar, right? That's the kind of stuff that helps. Not just complaining, okay? And I'm open to suggestions for improvement. I mean, look how many things have improved and changed over the last several years as a result of your suggestions. Literally everything around you. The light, the backlight, the decorations, the better camera, me dressing differently.
I'm not in outer space. I'm just watching him try to convince you that by even him dressing differently, look how much I've changed. I've even wearing different clothes. Phil, no one gives a fuck what you're wearing. No one cares. I'm wearing different clothes. That was what I was like, oh my God. He's like a girlfriend trying to impress, like a boyfriend that's losing interest. Like, I don't know what else to do. I'm wearing different clothes. Oh my God.
A new pop guard on the mic. This limiters on the mic, right? Like everything you're seeing right now on stream is literally a direct impact from your suggestions. So don't take this lightly. The suggestion box can absolutely be something constructive if used properly. All right?
Why do you think that that's acceptable, though? Why does every improvement to your stream have to be spoon-fed to you
Juicy boots
by your own audience? I don't think that that's normal. I would hope that most content creators have their own ideas on how they want to progress with their content, because at no point did anybody say, hey Atlas, I'd really love if you included the chat on the screen. Hey Atlas, I'd love if you'd put yourself in the corner so that we can see Phil's stupid face while he's paused and you're talking. And they didn't say that because they didn't have to. If you watch enough of your own content back, you have these ideas all on your own. And I think that that's DSP's biggest problem. He doesn't actually watch any of his content back ever, and it really shows. I just don't understand why anybody would bother watching a creator that they have to handhold on a daily basis through their own stream. That's just embarrassing and outright silly on everybody's behalf.
So, by all means, please start posting up suggestions again. And yes, now that the suggestion box has been refreshed and we'll have fresh new suggestions in there, I will likely start to draw upon it more.
Bill, if they told you to get a new camera, would you get it? They told you to get the green screen, would you get it? You wouldn't do any of that.
Often, okay? I've been very apprehensive about doing it in the last
Yeah, he's like, I even started shaving my ass for you, and you're not
couple of
watching.
months because the suggestions were so outdated. Fair enough?
Sure, Phil. Whatever you say. You'll be happy to know that despite not actually doing a suggestion box segment since this clip happened, he has already addressed that half of the suggestions in the new box are already stupid and nonsense complaints. So I can't wait for the day to finally arrive where we get the long-awaited return of the suggestion box. In the meantime, however, as I'm sure most of you have seen by now, DSP dismantled his $300 fight stick, hence the title of this video. The whole segment is about 30 minutes long, I believe, and while it was tempting to go over the entire thing, a lot of it was dead air, like a lot of it. So we're gonna just take a look at the latter half of it where things start to...
We already watched that part, so all right. To these 80. We already watched the part where he almost knocked, I just slid that drink across my fucking table. These are real, by the way. These aren't parody. Hey, God damn it.
Want me to sit?
No, that is fake. That is the one that was fake. I thought I got rid of that. This is the one that's not.
Okay, early to bed, early to rise makes a woman healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Look at that outfit, man. And the mullet.
That's why you're wiser than me. It's Steven.
Hi, I'm Maurice. I'm an executive by day and a wild man by night.
He's a wild man by night. Oh my God, he's already taking off his pants as he's driving home from
Hi,
work.
my name's Monroe. You've probably already noticed that I have incredibly blue eyes.
Hi, my name is Phil.
I couldn't notice shit because you were like 1 pixel.
Most of my friends call me Big Phil.
Okay. I like to talk to people deep into the night.
Deep into
Play guitar.
I'm Eitan.
Hi, I'm Fred. Hi, my name's Mike, and if you're sitting there watching this tape smoking your cigarette, well, hit the fast forward button, because I don't smoke and I don't like people who do smoke.
What is that outfit? Why is he dressed like someone from 5th grade in 1992? And he's on.
I'm not afraid to get sand on my tuxedo if you're not afraid to let the wind mess your hair up a little bit.
Yeah, dude, they're amazing.
When I take the top down.
Perhaps even a nice
Space
bath
dandy,
with
they're
some
incredible.
champagne and candles.
Hi, Mom.
Oh God, yeah, it's like a nice bath, especially with that deep, manly voice you got there. Oh yeah. My God, that mullet.
I do fashion photography, and I do consider myself a refined valley dude.
The fuck is a valley dude?
Okay. I'm looking for a trendy girl with a simple smile. Wait, it says here. Oh, excuse me.
I don't know. What I'm not looking for is some big, overgrown monster that's always thinking about food and.
Whoso binds to himself a joy, doth its winged life destroy.
I'm sorry. Can we all just agree you know that guy for a fact is fucking creepy?
I like to do a lot of sailing. I like to outdoor activities. I like climbing. I like travel.
I took a sponge ball, was pulling him out of a little girl's ear.
Vivacious. Foxy.
I'm looking for the goddess. Are you the goddess?
Dude, he's holding. Oh no.
Who is the goddess? The goddess is the woman, is a woman, is any woman.
Is any woman. Do you have a hole? I'll take it.
All women.
A figure that is sexy, slim, tight, excellent legs.
I'm a 25-year subscriber to both Playboy and the New Yorker magazine.
At night, I operate a damsel in distress hotline. I guess you'd call me a knight.
One of my favorite foods is pizza. And just sugar and spice and all those things that are nice.
I like to be with.
How do you think that any of this is going to get you pussy, man? It's incredible.
People who are as fun and adventuresome as well.
Is into having fun.
Have fun. I enjoy having fun. Yes. Looking for somebody who.
I love. Okay, I enjoy enjoying things. That's great. Me too.
Who likes to have a lot of fun.
I'm looking for someone to have fun with.
Love to have a good time. Able to have fun.
Fun and laughter.
And anything that's fun, I like to have fun.
And have a lot of fun.
Are you looking for me?
No fatties.
I want it all.
No hamsters.
I steal watches.
No hamsters. Oh, you're welcome, Josh Jones. No problem. Man.
No dopers, no smokers, no alcoholics. We don't like to write checks. No Donna Juanitas. We don't like to take out the garbage. No posers.
What I'm doing right now is making a movie about World War II.
No crazies.
Santa Monica and my front porch swing.
I'm currently involved in cleaning up toxic waste.
I'm not having fun doing this.
Do you like
At least he's honest.
cats?
Domestic violence.
That I like to wear bright socks, and I'm an avid Cleveland Browns fan.
Sexual abuse.
Life is a playground, and I want somebody to play with.
All sorts of alcoholics and addicts and stuff.
Because I really have a zany sense of humor.
We probably don't.
Oh, I'm sure he's zany. Anyone who says they have a zany sense of humor does not have a zany sense of humor. That's confirmed.
I like to clean the house.
My mother still writes to me regularly.
Because I average about 4 hours a night sleep.
I will cry at a commercial.
And that guy has not gotten laid since.
I'm interested in most phases of data processing.
Fire-breathing dragons.
Type A, I'm not. Comfortable, caring, and serious about a relationship, I am.
I'm really looking for somebody I can feel.
What the fuck? He's dressed Big Phil. He's dressed like a Viking.
Special about, and I don't encounter people like that very often, and I'm hoping.
Wait, there's another one? I had another video lined up. I'll take this one.
Okay, early to bed, early to rise makes a woman healthy, wealthy, and wise. That's why you're wiser than me. It's Steven.
Hi, I'm Maurice. I'm an executive by day and a wild man by night.
Hi, my name's Monroe. You've probably already noticed that I have incredibly blue eyes.
Oh, it's the same fucking video. Why did it take me 30 seconds to realize? Oh, the extra pot kicked in. Okay.
He enjoys all types of music and loves to dance. He says that he's been missing readings.
Oh boy, here we go.
Signals and has had to slow down lately. And he claims that
we'll save that for a stream that I have more energy with. Dark Anus. Trust me. 50-50 I'm streaming tomorrow because there may be some stuff going on with my kids. Monday I'm definitely streaming. When is the question? My mom might be coming home that day, so I got to see what's going on with that. But I'm definitely streaming. And then we'll watch plenty of 8-Bit Eric slapping other man breasts.
his part-time job is a great way to meet women. Please welcome Ray Bennett. Ray, how are you?
Dude, unfortunately though, the ones that are say like usually the ones that say that are crazy are boring. It's the ones that are silent that are the fucking freaks.
So you have this great job that helps you meet women.
Yeah,
Are you a bartender?
If I had the stream stamina, I know it would be, even with my viewership size, it would be very financially beneficial if I streamed like 8 hours a day. I don't know if I could do that though. Streaming's a weird job. Like I could obviously do even fucking physical labor 8 hours a day. Streaming, let me try not to sound like a sandpiker. It fucks with your stamina in a different way. Does that make sense? I don't want to use the words that he used because I thought the way he described it was stupid. But the thing about this is that, like a normal job, like you don't have to be entertaining. You just have to do your job. Here, no one's there just watching you for the sake of just like, hey, let's stare at a man, stare at shit. For better, whether you find me entertaining or not, I have to fucking put on a quote unquote show, you know? So if you don't have that energy to do that, people will get bored. You get what I'm saying?
A disc jockey or a what?
Better,
What?
better. I'm part-time. I promote for rock and roll bands on the Sunset Strip.
Wipe my ass for 8 hours a day. I've only heard some of it, so I'm going to hold my thoughts off. I've only heard a portion of it, so I'm going to hold off. Will be. Thank you, Juicy Booch.
And I just have the option of just meeting women all day long. I love it.
Promoting rock and roll bands on the Sunset Strip.
Yeah, you know,
Like
pass
at
out
Grizzards
flyers.
or places like, what is that place?
Gazzari's, the Troubadour, the Rocks. You
So
know,
all
just
of
out
those places. I
passing out flyers all day long.
So if anything, that's kind of a benefit of having a quote unquote real job is that, yeah, when you're going through a shitty time, you just, so long as you're amicable to your coworkers and you get your job done, you don't have to, you know what I mean?
Have any of these women that you've met ever turned into a serious relationship, or is it all just kind of superficial?
It's superficial, but gotta tell you, if I've had like 40 or 50 like one-night stands, just meeting these women on
40 to 50? Jesus, that's not something you want to openly admit.
a strip.
Well, I won't ask you to define that. I just take.
How many warts do you have on your penis, sir?
And you say you had to slow down.
Yeah, usually because with these women, I'm usually a very aggressive person, but I usually now.
Oh boy, I don't even know if this would be allowed now.
Over the years, I'll let them do the initiating, because I've been slapped like a couple of times. It's like whammo, whammo, and there's.
What the fuck? This guy's basically admitting to being a pervert. He would be called at least a sex pest now. Oh, that was a fart. That was living dangerously, letting that
Sitting
out.
there going, I go, what'd you do that for? He goes, I'm not ready for it. So I let them do the initiating.
Uh-huh. Well, okay. Let's take a look at the women that Ray had to choose from. Now, remember, you're going to pick the woman that you think's best for him. First, there's Maria. She enjoys dancing and miniature golf. She thinks that there are some great places to meet men, like bars, beaches, Navy bases. She usually dates once a week, and she says that good looks are not a priority for her, and here's what she's looking for instead.
Yes, I could stream more, and will. I know I've been saying that.
An honest, sincere person. Someone that...
Dude, after what that guy, could you imagine if this show was out in 2024? It wouldn't be. This is an antiquated way of meeting people that doesn't exist anymore. And he said this shit. This would be like covered in the news. I don't even think I'm kidding. Could you imagine?
They can talk to me. Doesn't have to yell at me. Can tell me whatever he wants to tell me, because I'm going to either take it and deal with it as I can, or the door's right there if you don't like it.
Oh, I'm not saying the dude isn't justifiably creepy. He is.
Next, Dawn. She works out regularly. She loves music. She'd like to meet a man who is talkative and considerate with a firm chin and larger hands. We asked
and a giant cock.
Dawn if she usually kisses on a first date. Here's what she said.
If I felt it was right, if, I really liked the guy and I felt he really liked me, I would kiss him. I wouldn't do anything else, just like a little peck or something. I don't think it's too good,
I at least I just only gave a single hand job in the back of my car. It just happened once. I can't believe I have it. Dude, no fucking drinks in this goddamn table. I ever pour a fucking spindrift onto this roadcaster, I'll cry.
Go all out and start making out on the first date. You don't even really know the person.
Finally, Darcy says that sometimes she goes to nightclubs by herself. She describes herself as, quote, wild at times. She says that lately she's been losing interest in the men that she's been meeting after 2 weeks, or the men that she's been meeting after, I suppose, she's been with them for 2 weeks. And it seems that a lot of guys approach her at work, and here's more on that.
Yeah, I was in my cubicle. My coworker Jeff just whipped out his dick on the table, and I was just like, "What do you want me to do with that?"
Unfortunately, you have to sift through those too. Once in a while you'll get someone who will just be completely covered with oil and grease, and he'll just look at you, "Ooh, baby, will you go out with me?" Like, I don't think so. 1-900 get real,
She just say 1-900 get real. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Those are the 3 women Ray had to choose from. It's time for you to decide who you would match him up.
Their fucking hair too, for Christ's sake. What are with these hairstyles, man? They're going to look back at that hairstyle that started with those FaZe Clan dudes that I see all over now. They're going to mock that in like 5 years.
Up with if you'll do that now. Going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll meet the woman that Ray selected here. Everything that happened on their date, we'll do it. 2 and 2. Be right back at you.
You're such a dork.
All right, we're back. Ray's going to tell us who he selected.
I picked Darcy.
Haven't seen each other since their date. We always hear both sides. Say hello to Darcy Wiggy. Well, Darcy, I'll get it. It's Wiggy, right?
Yes, it's a Wiggy.
Yeah, nice to have you here, Darcy.
Thank you.
Make yourself at home back there, and Ray will start us off.
We went out, we went to, what was it? Actually, we met up at the 7-Eleven.
Look at their hair.
You met at the 7-Eleven?
Yeah, she came
look
over
at
to
their hair.
7-Eleven because if you live in Hawthorne, it's...
There's only Mr. Hollywood would do it.
You know, why not? So we met at the 7-Eleven, and I looked her over. She was wearing some nice, you know,
You
Hollywood...
looked her over?
Yeah, she came up in the car, looked her over, had some really nice sunglasses on, driving gloves, which was kind of neat, and I go, okay, this is great. I liked it.
And what did you think of Ray?
Imagine doing this now, like going over your whole date for like millions of people to see.
Ray, when you saw him, Darcy?
He was dressed really casual in shorts and like a tank top. He kind of looked pretty dorky. I don't know.
He looks awesome right there.
Well, Ray, so...
Oh, why not?
Yeah, so what do you jump in her car or your car?
Yeah,
or
we
what?
jumped to the car, and she did all the driving. She came down from Lancaster. We went down to Hermosa Beach. Then we found
Does this seem romantic to you at all, this whole procedure?
Kind of, sort of. It was like
Kind
more
of,
of a
sorta?
friend. It was more of a friendship kind of thing.
So you're down
far.
at Hermosa, and you're doing what?
We went down to find a nice place to park. Then she goes, "Hey, you want to see my whip?" I go, "Did you bring it?" I go,
She could fucking chew bark off a tree with those teeth, man. God damn.
"Yeah, I brought the whip." So she lifted up the trunk and she brought out this whip. And as it's in there, and she started twirling around and twirling around. Then I set up a couple of Coke cans out there, and she just went, whammo, and just snapped it right off. It was great.
What the fuck?
Yahoo!
So not just another pretty face.
Just not a pretty face. Running the whip.
So is this like a
I know
bullwhip,
Todd
like one of
Howard
those 12-foot
16 times
bullwhips?
the details.
Yeah, it's a 9-foot leather bullwhip. Exactly. You get it at a horse and feed shop.
You what? A horse and feed shop,
Right,
yes. And what? How does this come in handy, Darcy?
Well,
are you snapping snakes as you walk down the road, or what?
I use it for self-protection mainly. And
Self-protection,
yeah,
so no one can get within 9 feet of you or their eyes.
18 feet, you know, every which way. I don't really use it on anybody. I've hit myself several times with it.
It's the most 80s show ever, man. This would be no reason for this show today.
So you've had the whip demonstration. Now what happened?
It's funny because this was considered like the bleeding edge shit back then. I can't say that changed.
Then we went down to Redondo and stuff. We had a couple of drinks down there. Then she wanted to do like shopping and stuff. So I go, what do you want to shop for? She goes like skull earrings and handcuffs and yeah, kind of neat stuff like that. And then she goes, yeah. So we went shopping around. She wanted to get this like bustier thing. It was like a Madonna black bustier thing. And her favorite color is black. So I go,
This is when like hair metal and heavy metal was really big. That's a lot where this look came from.
perfect. So she would, get ready for the
presence of all colors.
Yeah, Headbanger's Ball. I just saw that now.
That's it. That's it.
Just no black roses, Chuck.
I'm sorry?
No black
It
roses.
reflects in the style.
Everything
Let me write
else
that down. So do you go someplace after this?
Yeah, we went out dancing, a little place in Manhattan Beach. We got there early, so we just go, all right, what do you want to do now? Oh, let's have a couple of shooters. Boom, 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 boom. Then, we started dancing.
It's literally described as a two-fisted drinker.
That's,
boom,
yeah,
boom,
that's, and so we went out dancing. We're 4 or 5
Hopefully just you since she was driving.
songs later. We were all sweaty, panting, and sticky, and, just panting like dogs on the dance floor. So we came in.
Yeah, Abby's comments have reverb.
And we sat down, we're just looking at each other and just started blowing each other off, cooling us down. Then we start, getting towels and stuff. It was kind of neat.
I've never had a date like this on the show, I have to admit. These are things that I've never heard before. So how did this date end?
It ended about like 12:30. We were both on the tired side. She had...
This would be like the last thing ever that I would want to do on the planet ever after a date. Hey, come describe the date. No, I don't want to describe the date to you. I'll pay. I don't care. You're going to pay me. Fuck off.
To go see her dad. So what I did is have her drop me off on the freeway on-ramp. It's really weird. It's great because, you know, she doesn't know her way around at all. So it's just like, here, just.
Oh, exactly, dude. Especially like the big baggy fucking phase. Or what about when people were wearing 2 polo shirts? And then like Dipset made it like trendy to have everything be worn pink. And then, oh God, mullets in the 80s. Not even these hairstyles. Go back to mullets. Janko fucking jeans.
So drop me here.
I mean, in hip hop and rap, there was like baggy. Janko made those clothes seem like they were form fitting.
You're a little tired. This is the way home. And
So she drops you off on the freeway on ramp,
Right.
and you walk home.
And I
Me and Intro Guy are going to dress like we're Dipset members from 2005.
walk home, yeah. The reason being because she
Sean
doesn't.
McCarthy.
Yeah, it was
You live that close.
5 minutes away.
I felt kind of strange about dropping him off at the freeway, but, you know, he insisted that I drop him off there. He didn't want me to get lost after dropping him off.
Remember when everyone had the Jersey Shore blowout haircuts too, where you had those dudes who like had the faked hands, who had to use, again like Jersey Shore, who had to use like 85 gallons of fucking hair gel to keep their. It looked like a fucking explosion on top of their heads.
Off at home,
Yeah, well,
and
that was
then
kinda
coming
nice.
back and getting lost,
Yeah.
trying to find the freeway. So it felt funny. I didn't really want to drop him off there, and I'd never done that before. But
Yeah, I've never heard of anyone ever doing that before, but I guess it worked for you. So.
Yeah, it was fine. So just a hug and a kiss on the cheek, and you know, I didn't want to.
he sneaked that in, Chuck.
Did he?
He snuck that.
Yeah.
I grabbed a hold of his face, turned it sideways, and gave him.
Let's take a look and see who the.
She's making sure that everyone nationally knows that I am not interested in this man, and I am still single.
Audience pick for you. I guess this worked, and we're going to find out pretty soon. They picked Darcy 52%, as a matter of fact. All the way from Lancaster. If you'd like to ask her out again,
Sure.
we'd be happy to pay for it.
Darcy, would you like to get some more peach margaritas?
I'd love to.
Come on out, Darcy.
I'm actually shocked. She just seemed like zero fucking interest. God, she has more fucking hair than body. Holy shit.
I must pay you for all the verbal bravado
Look at his boots. Bro, come on.
going on
God.
here. I got a feeling that, well, you all had a nice time anyway. Thanks for calling. So we're going to come right back with our next guest. Stay with us.
Human fashion. Even to this day, we'll look back at fashion trends today and say that they're fucking retarded. Anyway, all right, guys. 50-50 chance I'm here tomorrow. 100% chance I'm here Monday. I'm going to have my birthday stream then. I'll think of some interesting stuff to do. And that's pretty much it. So I'll be back. I would like to stream tomorrow, but I don't want to guarantee it. And Monday, I'll definitely be here streaming. So have a good one. I had some fun tonight, and I'll see you again real soon. I'm going to grow a mullet.